What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Guess what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was late. I'm sorry I was late, y'all. Man, when it was a lot, it was a lot going on today, y'all. So y'all please forgive me for being late. I was determined to do this show. I'm doing this show. Cause I wanted, I wanted to do the show, but it was so much going on today that kind of threw me behind a lot. So yeah, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, guys, for being late. I do apologize. You said Josh, I'm so sorry. You said you're gonna watch the replay. Okay. All right, Josh, you can watch the replay. Share it out. Okay. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm starting late. I'm going to go ahead and share it to my Facebook family because I know there were some people who were waiting to watch the show on Facebook, and I'm like 2 hours late. I'm generally not like this. Some stuff just kept going. So just kept happening. So y'all please forgive me. Okay? Y'all please forgive me. Please forgive me. But we about to get into it. We about to get into it. No, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I really wasn't gonna try to do no show today. But early this morning, when I was doing my little reel thing, my little reel search, I stumbled up on this little video I'm about to show y'all. And I could not believe what I heard. Now, everybody is entitled to their opinion. Okay? Everybody is entitled to their opinion. However, say it like, hey, this is my opinion. But just to stand flat foot and say what married people shouldn't be doing in their own personal married room, in their own personal married time. I got a problem with that because my Bible say a little bit different. Now y'all know I posted the scripture in the or did I post the scripture on the thumbnail? I don't think I did. But I'm gonna go ahead and read the scripture first before we get into this show. And I know it's some people who've been waiting on this show all day long, so we're gonna get into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and read the scripture. Now this is the ESV translation, not the King James version. Okay, but this is Hebrews 13:4, and it says, "Let marriage be held in honor among all, and let the marriage bed be undefiled." Now that's what the word of God said, undefiled. No type of tainting, no type of impurity. Let it be undefiled. Let it be pure. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not adding to the word of God, but I want to say, this is not me adding or doing a continuation onto the scripture. I'm not doing that. But what I am gonna say is, you got two conscious, consenting adults that are married, deciding on how they gonna play, and I'm quite sure they have talked about how they gonna play. You understand what I'm saying? So when they get in that room and shut that door and turn off the lights, or maybe keep them on, we don't know. They play in the way that they want to play. And so who are you to say what's holy and what's not holy? I feel like your Holy Ghost will tell you, wait a minute, y'all stepped over into something unpure. Oh, but my thing is this: how do we know it's unpure? I mean, you ain't in there sprinkling no blood, talking about something you serving the devil or nothing. You know what I'm saying? You in there with your husband. Y'all ain't in there lighting candles or chatting or nothing like that. Now you may light a little candle or drip a little wax on them, but that's not no impurity. But let me show y'all and tell y'all what Mother Bishop had to say. That's what I'm calling her, because, and I'm not talking about Mother. I don't know when this video was made, but it was a little bit confusing to me. She was the outfit was confusing me. I was saying, is you a mother? Is you a bishop? I don't know what's going on. Stuff was confusing. You understand what I'm saying? But Mother was teaching. Apparently, she was teaching somebody. I don't know if she was on her show. I don't know what was going on, but I guess she was giving some type of lesson. Mother was giving some type of lesson. So we're going to go ahead and listen to Mother tell us what we're supposed to be doing in the bedroom. And I want y'all to pay close attention, okay, to her theology and her ideology. I don't know where she got it from, but she got it, okay? All right.
If they wanted a blowjob, that's what they called it back there, the oral sex or blowjob. And if they wanted a blowjob, they went to the hoes. They didn't never ask their wife to do that. But the men's have lost respect for the women's now, so they expect to make the women's out of hoes. My granddaughter say, I'm not going to be their hoe. I'd rather be by myself. I done made up my mind, I just be by myself. I'm not going to be a hoe. So they want to make you a hoe. You know why? If not, they're going to treat you like the hoe. See, the old men, if they want something like round the world, what y'all call oral sex, they go to the hoes out in the streets and buy them a hamburger and they get blowed right quick and they come back home. But they turn y'all into hoes because y'all at the point now that you're so desperate for a man, you'll do anything that the man wants. As one of my siblings say, I'll do anything my hood want me to do. But no, baby, not me. No, no, no. You got to know where to draw the line. God is about holiness, not about sodomy. About holiness. You can't get a baby doing sodomy. God ain't never meant for you to get them blue pills. That's why he say men are evil inventors. You lay with one another so long, now you got to make it interesting. So you done got gorged out on one another, so now you got to bring strawberries, they tell me, whipped cream, edible panties, and all kind of stuff to the bed now, because you gorged out. Now you got to try to tempt him and get him interested in you. But if you didn't lay with him too long, he would not get gorged out. In our days, we didn't have to build the men up. They was already ready when he came. It was already up, ready. Now y'all got to blow and what else you do? Roll or lick? I don't know. Whatever you do, I see one girl doing something like, whatever. Everybody take a picture. I said, well, why is everybody tongue out? When I come on bingo, well, they told me why your tongue's hanging out. Will go to the hoe. If they wanted a blowjob, that's what they called it back there, the oral sex.
Okay, I'm back. Now, mother, we call her Mother Bishop because she looking like the mother and the bishop. Okay, I don't know where Mother got her teaching from. I don't know when she got saved. I don't know if it was before Christ or after Christ. Hey, Alice, blessed child of God, how you doing? I said nothing but love your way because you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. I don't know, and I'm not here to judge because people preference is different, and I know I'm saved. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to have to disagree with Mother Bishop. I'm going to have to disagree with her. I'm going to play this tape one more time so I can get the talking point so we can have a clear understanding of what she's saying. Because that ain't the teaching that I received. But let's play it one more time so that we can get a clear understanding of what she's saying.
If they wanted a blowjob, that's what they called it back there, the oral sex or blowjob. And if they wanted a blowjob, they went to the hoes. They didn't never ask their wife to do that. But the men's have lost respect for the women's now, so they expect to make the women's out of hoes. My granddaughter say, I'm not going to be their hoe. I'd rather be by myself. I done made up my mind, I just be by myself. I'm not going to be a hoe. So they want to make you a hoe. You know why? If not, they're going to treat you like the hoe. See, the old men, if they want something like round the world, what y'all call oral sex, they go to the hoes out in the streets and buy them a hamburger and they get blowed right quick and they come back home. But they turn y'all into hoes because y'all at the point now that you're so desperate for a man, you'll do anything that the man wants. As one of my siblings say, I'll do anything my hood want me to do. But no, baby, not me. No, no, no. You got to know where to draw the line. God is about holiness, not about sodomy. about holding. You can't get a baby doing sodomy. God ain't never meant for you to get them blue pills. That's why he say men's are evil inventors. You lay with one another so long, now you got to make it interesting. So you done got gorged out on one another, so now you got to bring strawberries, they tell me, whipped cream, edible panties, and all kind of stuff to the bed now, because you gorged out. Now you got to try to tempt him and get him interested in you. But if you didn't lay with him too long, he would not get gorged out. In our days, we didn't have to build the men up. They was already ready when he came. It was already up, ready. Now y'all got to blow, and what else you do? Roll a lick? I don't know. Whatever you do, I see one girl doing something like, whatever. Everybody take a picture. I said, well, why is everybody tongue out? When I come on bingo, well, they told me why your tongue's hanging out. Will go to the hole. If they wanted a blow job, that's what they called it back there, the oral sex.
Okay, now mother, respectfully, because y'all already know, hey, respectfully, mother, respectfully, I don't know when you got married. I don't know, like I said, if it was before Christ or after Christ, I don't know. Okay? But let me tell you something, honey. Fellatio is not a sin. It is a gift from the Almighty. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know where her teaching is at, but the Bible says that the marriage bed is undefiled. However y'all want to get down, that's how y'all gonna get down. And it ain't nobody's business. What took me out, hey Scorpio mama, I said nothing but love your way. What took me out was her saying that because you perform fellatio with your husband, that it was unholy. Now I don't know who told her that, or where. I mean, I don't know if they talked about did that back in the day, or they told the young ladies that that was a sin back in the day. But if you want to keep your husband, you better open up your big mouth and say and do something. You understand what I'm saying? That is to me, and I'm not being, again, I ain't being disrespectful to Bishop Mother, but that is some of the foolishness that teachers, that pastors and churches been telling married people, young couples. Y'all gonna be in divorce court before y'all even sign the marriage license. That's the quickest way to open up door to infidelity. Is to not be satisfied. Is your mate sitting up there not satisfied because your grandmama told you it's not ladylike to get on your knees. I heard you won last night, or somebody won, somebody y'all winning something. Listen, that took me out the game. So we're gonna have this conversation of what they call sexual immorality in Christianity in the church. Now y'all know I'm a minister. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a woman too. Sexual immorality to me is defined to me as swinging. That's sexual immorality. Sexual immorality is bestiality. Sexual immorality is molestation. Sexual immorality is things that are against the law and that is harmful and that will kill you or hurt you or abuse. That's or inappropriate. That's sexual immorality. Anything that you and your mate and your husband has not consented to together as a couple to do, and you know, or you forcing something on somebody, you know what I'm saying? Then that's inappropriate, honey. But I'm gonna tell you something. If that man is in need of something sexually, you are to give that to that man. If that woman is in need of something sexually, you are to give it to that woman. The Bible talks about that your body belongs to your husband and your husband's body belongs to you. You are not supposed to be refusing your husband unless unless something going on that month. And it speaks about that in Kings. You're supposed to wait till that dry up and then reunite with you. And the Bible says, reunite with your husband. But the marriage bed is undefiled. And I'm gonna say this, and I hope I don't offend no woman on this channel or no woman of my subscribers, because guess what? To each his own. But this is how I roll. You walking around here talking about something you don't speak into the mic, you gonna mess up. Ain't nobody gonna fool with you. Okay? That's what Paul advises. Better to get married than to burn with passion. Come on, I said what I said. You gonna mess around and be single. I don't know if Mother still got her man. I don't know if Mother Bishop still got her man. I don't know, but I thought that was ridiculous. And I hope she wasn't speaking to no young, impressionable women. I can't take Mother seriously when she said talking about women and men's. Yeah. I heard a pastor tell my son, y'all shouldn't be listen, y'all shouldn't be so sexual anyway. Some of that stuff ain't holy. Listen, I am in my prime. I'm in the age where my libido is at the highest. You understand what I'm saying? And I told God to keep me here until you come. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna be right here at this level. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna always get down with my husband. We're gonna always get down. I don't know what age where you don't want to be with your husband sexually. Who I ain't got there yet, nor do I want to experience that age. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want nothing dry but my bread. And every now and then I like to dip it in some soup. You understand what I'm saying? I was outdone when I heard that video. I was listening to her talk. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the beginning of the video and y'all can watch it for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? I don't never want to get to that age where I am not attracted to my husband and we're not physical. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. That's not what I want. And even in our old age, affection, intimacy is there, hand holding is there, hugging and kissing is there. But I literally heard a preacher talking about something. Y'all shouldn't be trying to have sex all the time anyway. Why not? If I give God his time, and I serve God and give him his quality time, what you say? You have me? Do I got you hollering? Do I listen? Hey, sweet Rita, I said nothing but love your way. You better be a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets if you want to get married. Do you understand? She's talking about husbands want to turn. What did she say in the video? Husbands want to turn their wives into whores. Listen. I am a married certified. I got my whore card. I got my whole card. I'm going to be my husband's whore. Whatever he wants me to be in that bedroom, I'm that. And then I'm gonna come out and be whatever the world needs me to be, and whatever the souls need me to be, and my job need me to be. But when I go in that room, listen. What you need me to do? What do they say? You going out? You on a date? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if you don't, Sally up the street will, and it ain't got nothing to do with me being debasing myself as a woman. You understand what I'm saying? And she said women are so desperate they're willing to allow their husbands to turn them into whores. Turn me into a whore. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do we need to go get some ones from the bank? No, ma'am. Got a few. You talking to her? Am I telling the truth, sweet Rita? That's the problem now. See, these young school, I can say young school, she was old school. Let me tell you something. Some women just don't know that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where she got her toolage from. I don't know if she got married before Christ, AD or BC. I don't know. But that was pure foolishness. You don't ever deny your husband. You understand what I'm saying? You don't never deny your husband that, because it brings resentment. It brings sexual frustration. It leads to things that, yeah, that is against God. Am I right, sweet Rita? I don't know what time she lived in, but she said that married men in her time would go out and get fellatio by the horse and then come back to their wives. I don't even know what that is. I don't even understand that. I don't understand that. That is foreign to me. What do you mean they went out? Everything you need is in the house. What do they say? Everything is here in the temple. Everything you need is right here. Ain't nobody going out to get nothing but some props. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going out to get nothing. What we going out to get? You don't need to go get nothing. It's right here. It's right here. So like I say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how old mother was, but she looked like she was up there. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not gonna just be so. I'm not gonna be naive and say I do remember vaguely in my way back in my memory. Back in the day, they used to say that fellatio was taboo, but everybody was doing it. They just wasn't talking about it. Everything outside is already at the house. You understand what I'm saying? You're right. You ain't got to go shopping, baby. It's already here. Go get the ones, bring it back. When you come back, this whole house gonna look like a hotel. You understand what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. It's all here. What do you need me to do? I am at your service. Ain't nobody got time for that. That was pure foolishness. Sexual immorality. I mean, I understand. We all grown. We all know what sexual immorality is. We know that. But when it comes to a husband and a wife in their home, in their bed, whatever they have talked about and decided that they're into, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, as long as it's in the will of God. But I'm going to tell you, honey, that spectrum is wide. Because he gave us permission. He said the bed is undefiled. When you shut that door and you lay that and you up on that mattress, honey, anything goes. You understand what I'm saying? For the most part. You understand? Maybe that's why I'm divorced. What you mean? What do you mean, Scorpio? What you talking about? You said the mother need to look up the definition of a whore. Even the Samaritan woman who had 5 husbands was still blessed. She was blessed. She was blessed. And she misspoke when she said we call fellatio around the world. That's a whole different situation. That's not the same. I don't know what this woman was talking about, y'all. I don't know what she was talking about, but it wasn't holy. It wasn't right. And I'm here to inform you all correctly, okay? Because this is what I do. I'm here to correct you guys. And I just want to say, anything goes. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to dress up like a horse, go get you some mane fur. Go get your costume. If you want to pretend that you are a ghost, go whatever. Y'all want to play hide, go seek. You to go get the sheet. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever, poke a hole in the center. Whatever you want to do, it goes. You understand what I'm saying? Don't y'all listen to mother. Don't listen to Bishop Mother, because she don't even know what she talking about. And if you have just joined me, I'm going to do you the favor. One more time. One more time. One more time. I'm going to give you the one more time. We're going to play it one more time. Because to me, it's unbelievable. One more time.
If they wanted a blowjob, that's what they called it back there, the oral sex or blowjob. And if they wanted a blowjob, they went to the holes. They didn't never ask their wife to do that. But the men's have lost respect for the women's now, so they expect to make the women's out of hoes. My granddaughter said, I'm not going to be their hoe. I'd rather be by myself. I done made up my mind. I just be by myself. I'm not going to be a hoe. So they want to make you a hoe. You know why? Now they're going to treat you like the hoe. See, the old men, if they want something like round the world, what y'all call oral sex, they go to the hoes out in the street and buy them a hamburger and they get blowed right quick and they come back home. But they turn y'all into hoes because y'all at the point now that you're so desperate for a man, you'll do anything that the man wants. As one of my siblings say, I'll do anything my husband want me to do. But no, baby, not me. No, no, no. Mm-mm. You got to know where to draw the line. God is about holiness, not about sodomy. About holiness. You can't get a baby doing sodomy. God ain't never meant for you to get them blue pills. That's why he say men are evil inventors. You labored one another so long, now you got to make it interesting. So you done got gorged out on one another, so now you got to bring strawberries, they tell me, whipped cream, edible panties, and all kind of stuff to the bed now, because you gorged out. Now you got to try to tempt him and get him interested in you. But if you didn't lay with him too long, he would not get gorged out. In our days, we didn't have to build the men up. They was already ready when he came. They was already up, ready. Now y'all got to blow and what else you do? Roll a lick? I don't know. Whatever you do, I see one girl doing something like, whatever. Everybody take a picture. I said, well, why is everybody's tongue out? When I come on bingo, well, they told me why your tongue's hanging out. Will go to the hoe. If they wanted a blow job, that's what they called it back there, the oral sex.
The reason why our tongue is out because we exercise and we're getting ready. We're getting ready to put in that work. You understand what I'm saying? We're preparing ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? For our husbands, not my man or my boyfriend, but my husband. And yes, we're bringing in the whipped cream. We're bringing in the pudding. We're bringing in the jello. We're bringing in everything. The bow and arrows, whatever whatever you wanted, the slingshots, the harness, whatever we want to bring in there, we bring it in there. You understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? When I went to Africa, people were so worried about me being kidnapped. They didn't know I had a 24-inch rope inside of my suitcase because he said, "Bring the rope." He said, "Bring the rope." He said, "Bring the rope." We're gonna play scammer and kidnapper. So technically, I was kidnapped, but then I was released. Okay? People, listen, you're not finna tell me what to do with my husband. I'm so sorry. Why is mother on bingo? I don't know why she on bingo. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know because back in the day they used to say bingo was a sin. A sin. I don't. Yes, I said what I said. Oh my God, gambling. Yes, they said that. Yes. That's what I'm trying to say. I can't believe it. Yeah, we bringing in everything. You understand what I'm saying? We bringing the food in. Well, I mean, I'm just speaking. Whatever is to each its own. You understand what I'm saying? Can you imagine being resisted and told no over and over again? It's something that you really like and you into, and you constantly being told no. Do you understand the frustration that's built up? And then here you got Sam up the street saying, "I'll do it." That's contention. That's temptation. You understand what I'm saying? People is a trip. I mean, I'm gonna need you to stop being approved. You understand? And this is why I am the way that I am, because the saints that got too starchy. And then you living in some type of sanctified spiritual fantasy world. Oh, you shouldn't be talking about sex like that. I'm talking about it because it's some sanctified woman that don't know that it's okay to be alive, that it don't know that it's okay to be a woman, that don't know that it's okay to have these feelings or these desires, that don't know it's okay to articulate them to their husband, that don't know that it's okay to validate for yourself and have a healthy sexual life, a healthy sexual thing with your husband. It's okay. You shouldn't be so domiciled and so humble and meek and holy that you're not living if you're married, a healthy sexual life. I said what I said. I said, mother, please take that thorn out your eye and quit worrying about married people. Come on. Hey, comedian Michael Allen, I said nothing but love your way, honey, because you deserve it. I said, what kind of foolishness was that? What kind of foolishness is that to even say? And then she spoke about not bringing things to the bedroom, saying that we have to now, in this, I guess in this modern day, now we have to bring in props to satisfy our men, which I think is not true. I just think it's an appetite, and I think that it is it's a preference. If that's what y'all into, if that's how y'all get down, then that's what y'all do. But it ain't got nothing to do with your mate or your husband not being satisfied, or it don't got nothing to do with not being holy. That's crazy to me to even say that. So what kind of starch, dry, before Christ relations was you having? She said, I'd rather be single. You rather be single because of what? See, this is the thing I got with the church. You know what I'm saying? We say a lot of things. Oh, you shouldn't be talking about that. Oh, that's impure. Why they bring that up? You shouldn't be so abrasive. You know what? It's a lot of women that got married back in the day on their wedding night and did not have a clue. Did not know what to do. And it's a sad commentary. That's why I'm adamant about getting marriage counseling, women's counseling, how to be a wife counseling, all of that. Mother needs a healthy dose of mind your business, right, Alice? We need to be talking to these young brides, these young women, especially if y'all about to get married. Somebody need to pull them to the side and say, hey, this, that. Do you know about this? Do you know this? Yeah. I need all of those conversations. You understand? Before I got married, we had all of those conversations. What are you into? What do you like? What do you don't like? Tell me this. Blah, 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 blah. Show me this. Do I need to this? All of that. Because ain't nobody walking into we ain't going to be stumbling around in the dark trying to figure it out. That ain't what we going to be doing. You understand what I'm saying? We are not going to be doing that. So she equated sexual immorality with fellatio. And I was saying to myself, so what did you do? I mean, what were y'all doing? I don't want to know, but I'm just saying, that's like so 1940s, you know what I'm saying? 30s. That's not ladylike when you know for a fact it was going on, but nobody talked about it out loud because that wasn't ladylike. I mean, I'm not gonna come in the women's circle, the sewing circle. I'm not gonna go in the neighborhood watch meeting and sit down and say, baby, let me tell y'all something. Man, I blankety blank my husband so good. Ain't nobody doing that. Because it ain't none of your business. You know what I'm saying? But to say that it's unholy and impure is crazy to me. It is absolutely not. And y'all saw the video that's been circulating around the internet where the young lady at the conference said, asked the mother, she said, how are you able to keep your marriage and your husband happy for so long? And she whispered in that woman's ear, but the mic was still on and everybody heard it. She said, suck his blankety blank. And the whole church went up. I mean, but she wasn't lying. She told the truth. And vice versa. You understand what I'm saying? A healthy sexual relationship with your partner is appropriate. It is. And the word of God does address it. You understand what I'm saying? You are supposed to be doing that. You saw that, Alice? Yeah. Yeah. There's a whole nother side to marriage. You said they used to say that white black men went to white women. Yeah, I know that because black women had the audacity to say that, oh, I don't do that. And there's still women who walk the earth now. And baby, listen, whatever floats your boat, that's what you do. I ain't nobody, listen, that's your preference. Whatever you want to do, that's hey, that's you. I'm not here to tell you one way or the other. I'm just gonna tell you what works for the 90% of the planet. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna tell you. See, that's a whole, I mean, marriage is ministry. We get that. Marriage is ministry. Marriage is ordained by God. Marriage can be a beautiful thing. Marriage is about being there for your mate. Sometimes one gonna be up, sometimes one gonna be down. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You just got to be there for one another. Marriage is a beautiful thing. It's an emotional thing. It's a mental thing. You know what I'm saying? It is a covenant, but there is a sexual component there. And if that is not at the same level as everything else, or even higher, you're going to have problems in every other area. If one of the mates is not feeling satisfied sexually, you're going to have a problem. And it's going to speak over to your finances because they're going to start holding money from you because you ain't doing your job. It's going to speak over. It's going to be tense. Everybody going to be mad and pent up. You know what I'm saying? If the house ain't going to flow right, it's going to be tense. It's not going to be right. You're going to be angry, touching. You're not going to feel wanted. You're not going to feel it valuable. You said, I myself used to save that for special occasions. Well, sweet Rita, I'm going to tell you something right now, baby. Every time is a special occasion. Every time it is the 4th of July. It is the National Husband's Day. You understand what I'm saying? You got some women that they are not into it, or some women that are. I mean, but again, I say it's your preference. But to say that it is unholy, that's where I'm gonna draw the line. You understand what I'm saying? You said more than likely, whatever you don't do to due to the unsatisfied partner will get someone else to do it, and that's unfortunate. We do not, especially in the church world. You see, there's tons of infidelity because they're getting something that they're not getting from you. And I'm not saying debase yourself or put yourself in harm's way or danger or do something that is unhealthy. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're constantly, you can't use sex as a weapon. Or you ain't getting no sex because I didn't get that extra $500. Okay, well, you're gonna be outside. You gonna be watching him go get what he need to get, and they gonna get the $500. I don't care if we mad. I don't care if we mad and fight. You best believe it. We gonna at nighttime we gonna do what we gotta do, and then I'll wake up and still be mad at you. But that's one thing that you should not be playing with is your sexual relationship with your mate. You should not be playing games like that. We don't play like that. I don't play like that. And if I feel like it's an issue, we talking about it. You know what I'm saying? When we recording, I told my husband, I said, hey, am I the first plus size girl you've dated, or you know what I'm saying? He said, yeah. I said, I just want to know. He said, well, I said, because sex is different with a plus size girl. I ain't saying it's bad or worse, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? You used to a certain size, I'm letting you know this is where I'm at. And I told y'all, he said, hey, you can't bend over. I said, yeah, I can bend over. He said, then he says a go. He said, what is it? You can't move? I said, no, I can move. He said, it's a go then. But these are the conversations that you guys need to be having before you get married. If you already done made it, sis, if you've already made up in your mind that you ain't speaking into the mic, you need to have a conversation and say, hey, are you into that? Do you enjoy that? And if they say yeah, then maybe that ain't the one for you. You said in essence, abundance of sex in one of the reasons why people, especially men, get married. In essence, abundance, yes. And it is. Because now, I mean, especially after they have played the field and they feel like, you know what I'm saying, they have reached their desires or conquered their fantasies, they're going to go back to the one that they truly love. And they marrying you, and it's not that we're saying you're just a sex slave, but what we're saying is that now these men have settled down and married you to have the freedom of having a sexual relation anytime that they want without any type of restriction, and they're safe because you're supposed to be the only one. When I was fornicating very heavily, I will only be physical with one person, even though I mean I was preaching that I wasn't supposed to be, but I was. Okay. Thank God the Lord delivered me from it. But when I was a career fornicator, there was one individual I would sleep with, and that was it, because I felt safe. And we were very modern, and we had the adult conversation. Okay, we're gonna, we're not fooling with nobody else. We'll be exclusively just, hooking up whenever that need be, because we trusted each other, because we knew we weren't messing around, and it was safe. See, when men marry somebody, when they get married, they feel like, okay, this is their safe haven now. The home and the bed, their bed with you is their safe haven. So it shouldn't be no restrictions. We should be able to get down how we want to get down, because I'm the only one with you, and you the only one with me. But listen, don't be throwing no flag in the play now. Friends with benefit situation. That's what it was. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a very mature woman. I love God, and I'm a preacher, and I love God, but I'm a very mature woman. You know what I'm saying? I know what I want, and I know what I like. You know what I'm saying? When I go in there in the sanctum, no, just playing. When I go in the playroom, I am ready to play. Okay, we ain't looking at no rolls. We ain't looking at no freckles. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody looking. I am ready to play, and we not playing no. I don't want to do this, and we ain't, because we done got that all out the way, because we done talked. You understand what I'm saying? It's time to get down. Do you understand what I'm saying? But for mother to come out there and say what she said, uh, I'm saying, do you have children? Were you able to conceive? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't say, what were y'all doing? Just holding hands? I don't know. What were y'all doing in there? What was going on in there? Scriptures and hymns? Was it a wooden piano up in that mud? because I don't get that. That's not how I was taught. That's not how my pastor taught me. You understand what I'm saying? You supposed to be taking care of each other. That's part of the covenant of marriage. You understand what I'm saying? You supposed to be taking care of each other and not playing no games. You know? But to get married and then say what you ain't gonna do. What did she say? She said, I got a sister that say she do whatever her husband want. She said, but no, not me. Not me. Because God is holy. I'm thinking, your husband, is he still with you? Whatever my husband asked me to do, I am doing it. I had a wig that my husband would like to see me with. That I wore that wig until it just died. But he just loved that wig. I'm like, honey, it's the wig. He said, bring the wig to Africa. He said, bring it to. I'm like, I'm not bringing that wig to Africa. I'm not bringing it. You said not scriptures and heels. Scriptures and heels. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not a heel wear. I'm not a heel wearer. But my ex husband liked for me to wear the heels, so I put the heels on, honey. I tipped on that pinky toe. And you know that song. He got the whole world in his hand. My pinky had the whole world on his back, and I wore that heel until I couldn't take it no more. He was getting ready to take him off. He said, "Keep him on." I kept that heel on, and I took one for the team. Now I couldn't walk straight for 2 days because that pinky toe was numb. But I kept it on because I was a champion. You understand what I'm saying? Don't you give up. Keep that heel on. You said Child Deacon So was probably knocking everybody. Oh my God. Do you understand? Do you understand I said what I said? I asked my husband, I asked him, how do people in Nigeria, how are they? Are they, because I am like, for me, talking to him, he said, baby, you make me blush. He said, you make me blush. Because, my mouth, the way I talk, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, is it too much? I said, because I don't want to be offensive. I said, I know y'all, see, Nigerians are very conservative. They're very conservative over there. And certain things they just don't say, out in public. So I asked him, I said, well, how? I said, are your women able to express themselves sexually? And he said, yeah, but not in public. He said, but at nighttime it goes down. He said, at nighttime it goes down. He said, but they're real conservative in public in front of other people, especially you won't see a man out in public be groping their wife unless it's their wedding day or something like that. You won't see that a lot out in public. You know what I'm saying? If they do, it's the more younger generation now there. And I'm like, because I'm like, why is, I was trying to figure out why is everybody so reserved over here, but it took something to get used to. And even it's a lot. It's a lot that I learned. It's a lot that I learned about Nigerian men, especially if they're of royal descent. Um, so my husband's grandfather was a king, and oh Jesus, he probably gonna kill me when I say this. But I'm just trying to give you all an instance. So kings, Nigerian kings, in his province, they can only have relations with their wife in a certain position because they're a king. Well, no, I'm gonna say certain position, but there's one position that they cannot do. Okay, because of their lineage, and it's disrespectful. He told me what it was. I told him when he said that quick. I said, but you ain't no king though, right? I said, you just a prince, right? He was like, yeah. I said, oh, okay, cool. Because ain't nobody gonna be living their life not doing that. Who's doing that? Then we just be common people. We'll just be peasants, okay? Ain't nobody playing no games. But that's how his grandfather lived his life. I was like, wow. Wow. It's a lot of customs and stuff over there. They don't, like we wear our modern clothes over here. They they're starting to get more acclimated to it, but the women, when they wear their spandex and stuff like that, he said some stuff, if you're wearing inappropriately, they will come up and literally pour water on you because they say that you are you're dressing inappropriate. When I was there, one of the people there that accompanied us, they kind of walked over to me and kind of pulled my shirt over my shoulder. I was like, okay, I guess I was revealing, my shoulder was out, I guess I was revealing too much. I was like, oh, okay. But they're real conservative over there. But he said, however, at nighttime, that's when I guess everybody get wild. I guess, I mean, they got to his kids running around everywhere. So somebody doing something, okay, over there. All right. Ain't nobody playing no games. You understand what I'm saying? But mother ain't over there. So we don't know what mother was talking about. We don't know what she was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So no, husbands don't turn you into streetwalkers because they want you to get on your knees for something other than prayer. It's not a sin. And I don't know why they didn't send some mother. I don't know why they didn't tell her to get off the video, the YouTube. I don't know why somebody should have shut the camera off because she didn't know what she was talking about. And if y'all don't know what I'm referencing, y'all go back and watch the beginning. I'm gonna play it enough. I can't take it. I ain't gonna play it no more. I'm not gonna play it no more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, whatever your husband is into. So this is the thing. Now I will say this: if you are uncomfortable doing something, I will say voice it to your husband. Okay? You said too many women in this chat. Now some logic has to enter the chat. Lionel, have you been with us since the beginning of the show? Because you need to know what we're talking about. You absolutely need to know what we're talking about. And I don't know if I'm playing the video again, but have you been with us since the beginning? No, ma'am. Okay. So, guys, okay, let's take a vote. Should I play the video one more time for Lionel so he can know what we're talking about? Because before you start with your rhetoric, Lionel, you need to know what you're talking about. Don't play it again. I'll catch it. I'll catch up. Okay. Because it's just pure foolishness what this woman is talking about. I was talking about some short. She just want to laugh. That's all. She just want to laugh. It's unbelievable. It really is. Like I'm looking around the background of the video and I'm saying, is this dated? Like, is this an old video? You know what I'm saying? Because this could not be real. You said play it again. Okay, I'm gonna play it one more. This is for you, Lionel. And then after this, we gonna burn this videotape. Because it needs to be away from any woman or man that's impressionable. It needs to be scrubbed from the internet. That's where it needs to be. It needs to be in the back of the church in the quiet room.
If they wanted a blowjob, that's what they called it back there, the oral sex or blowjob. And if they wanted a blowjob, they went to the hoes. They didn't never ask their wife to do that. But the men's have lost respect for the women's now, so they expect to make the women's out of hoes. My granddaughter say, I'm not going to be their hoe. I'd rather be by myself. I done made up my mind, I just be by myself. I'm not going to be a hoe. So they want to make you a hoe. You know why? If not, they're going to treat you like the hoe. See, the old men, if they want something like round the world, what y'all call oral sex, they go to the hoes out in the streets and buy them a hamburger and then get blowed right quick and then come back home. But they turn y'all into hoes because y'all at the point now that you're so desperate for a man, you'll do anything that the man wants. As one of my siblings say, I'll do anything my hood want me to do. But no, baby, not me. No, no, no. You got to know where to draw the line. God is about holiness, not about sodomy. about holding. You can't get a baby doing sodomy. God ain't never meant for you to get them blue pills. That's why he say men's are evil inventors. You lay with one another so long, now you got to make it interesting. So you done got gorged out on one another, so now you got to bring strawberries, they tell me, whipped cream, edible panties, and all kind of stuff to the bed now, because you gorged out. Now you got to try to tempt him and get him interested in you. But if you didn't lay with him too long, he would not get gorged out. In our days, we didn't have to build the men up. They was already ready when he came. It was already up, ready. Now y'all got to blow, and what else you do? Roll or lick? I don't know. Whatever you do, I see one girl doing something like, whatever. Everybody take a picture. I said, well, why is everybody's tongue out? When I come on bingo, well, they told me why your tongue's hanging out. Will go to the hole. If they wanted a blow job, that's what they called it back there, the oral sex.
403, 403, 403. Everybody say it with me. 403, 403. Everybody, is y'all chatting with me? 403. Listen, I don't know. This is what we're talking about, Lionel. So this woman, she said, they tell me that they bring in whipped cream and stuff to the, so that lets me know you ain't never did it. And two, you said, mother, I caught that. You said, tell me, or did, yeah. I said what you said. Wait, so what did she say? What was wrong? She said that in her time, the men would go out and get fellatio, and then they would pay the lady of the night a hamburger, and then they would come back home. She said now the husbands are turning the wives into hoes because they're performing fellatio at home, and they're bringing whipped cream, and they're licking and they're rolling in the bed, and that it was not holy, that we should not be performing fellatio. You need to go back to that time. Lionel, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You about to get kicked out. What are you talking about? What do you mean you need to go back to that time? Oh, because it only costs a half for a hamburger. Lionel, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Do you understand what I'm saying? What is this lady talking about? What is she talking about? That's not Bible. That's not Bible. She said, and they said, I'm really trying to figure out what was she doing with her husband. That don't make sense to me. But anywho, Christians, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Christians get down. And if you want to say they get down probably a little bit too much, because they're getting down with other people's husbands and wives they shouldn't be getting down with. But it's I think she may be the only one, because every Christian that I know, you understand what I'm saying? She could be on an island by herself, and I'm thinking she's single because she said, "I'll just be single. I'll just be by myself." Yeah, you gonna be by yourself, because who's putting up with that? That ain't nobody putting up with that. Now, if y'all both agree, which to me is an oddity, which to me would be a freak of nature. Or you know what I'm saying? If y'all both agree that that ain't what y'all want to do, then okay, that's your preference. You know what I'm saying? But if one do and the other one don't, that's and oh my god, I couldn't even imagine being in a relationship like that. Because what do you do? So I'm here to pose a question. What do you do if your mate, okay, say it's not just your mate, your husband says, "Hey, I'm so sorry, honey. Y'all done got married. Y'all ain't had this conversation, but y'all done got married. Babe, I'm so sorry, but I am not into that. I cannot go in that region. I'm not into that. Ladies, what are you doing? What's your next move? What's your next move? What's your next move? What's your next move? Next move. If your husband stood flat foot and said, "I'm not into that. I don't never ask me. I'm not doing it." Um, what's your next move? She definitely will be single or cheated on if she ain't doing her job in the bedroom with her man. You said what others do in their marriage is none of my business. That's right. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Chips. What's your next move if your husband stood flat foot and said, "Listen, I'm not going down. I'm not into that. I'm so sorry, but I'm never doing that." What's your next move? What you gonna do? I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. The first thing I'm gonna do is pray. I'm gonna pray that the Lord change his mind. Then I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna express to him, well, that can lead to frustration, and we don't want to compromise the vows and all that stuff, which I would never do. And then I will wait and see what the Lord has done. And then if that doesn't take place, then I'm gonna have to leave. I'm sorry. Don't y'all judge me. I'm gonna have to leave. I didn't get married to be walking around frustrated the rest of my life. Talking about something what you don't do. This is the first century. I'm gonna need y'all to get up out of here. That's called unequally. That's called unequally yoked, and I'm gonna have to bounce if we can't compromise. I'm gonna have to bounce. I gotta go. And I'm not. Listen, I'm too old. I can say too old, but yeah, I'm up there. I'm a mature lady, and I'm not. I don't have time to be playing no games with you. That's why it's so important that you all have the conversation before you get married to somebody. You all need to be having a conversation. And that's why you got a lot of frustrated men, because you got women. I've literally heard women say that in a conversation that, child, I don't be doing that. I ain't doing that. What you mean you ain't doing that? What do you mean? To me, that sounds foreign in a mug. And it's like, are you an alien? Are you an alien? Are you an alien? I heard a woman say that, and I said, "Well, you ain't gonna get no husband, child." And act like it was something wrong, like she had an attitude. I ain't doing all of that. Okay, well, guess what? Your best friend is your homegirl. She over there right now doing it right now. While you sitting here talking about what you ain't doing, your best friend is at your house doing it. Sometimes you got to woman up and take one for the team and be a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, quit playing. That's why communication is key when enter into a relationship. Certain things you may not be exposed to or have never experienced. Those are conversations that you need to be having with your mate to see if y'all compatible. Now, see, sometimes us women, we compromise because, oh, he got a lot of money, and I'm playing devil advocate, y'all. But he got a lot of money. He take good care of you. You know what I'm saying? And he got a house and all that. He done bought you a car. You know what I'm saying? So you go ahead and be with him, knowing that you, in your mind, you don't got no intentions on doing that. And there's a lot of women, they already know in their mind what they not gonna do, and they don't budge when it comes to that. I got some women that are adamant about saying, I don't do that, and I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let the man whine and down y'all, and then when it's come time to get physical, y'all get married. It's time for y'all to be they're surprised. Oh, baby, I don't do that. He done bought you a Lamborghini. Oh no, I don't do that. You don't do what? This house? This marriage license? What? What you don't do? You understand what I'm saying? Some don't do it either, so I make sure they miss me or pass me. Yeah, because now you done had that conversation. You know? Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I said what I said. I know what you're saying. Ain't nobody got time to be playing no games with you. You done grew up somewhere on the farm somewhere and away from society. Go back over there to the farm. Ain't nobody playing with y'all. That woman sounded like she had literally lost her mind. I said, who? I hope this woman, I hope she ain't told her granddaughters no stuff like this. Because you're going to be fresh out of luck with these men today. Please, they want you to be with it. And some of it, now I will say this. Now, I will say this. Some men, and y'all, listen, y'all already know I'm coming from a Christian perspective. Some men are addicted to pornography. And I know y'all going to say, uh, what you mean addicted to pornography? Because I mean, that may be your preference. Uh, we teach against pornography. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna tell the truth because a lot of people don't believe that, but yeah. And so what happens is, or whether it's a man or a woman, you up there watching that, you know what I'm saying, and you expecting your wife to be that fantasy, and when she can't be that fantasy, then it's a letdown, and then you look at her differently, like, oh, she can't satisfy me. Well, honey, it hurt. Listen, you got to know your expectations. You understand what I'm saying? You got to know what your limit is, and you should not be comparing your wife to another woman. Now you may suggest to your wife, hey, can we do this, can we do that? You know what I'm saying? Can we try this, can we try that? There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But when you expecting her to be the hooker on the street, you know what I'm saying, or to do what you done saw, that's just not fair, because y'all don't be what we saw, or when you done missed the mark. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm articulating myself so you all can understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? When you introduce that into the relationship, then you all have these expectations that neither one of you all can meet. Now, some of you may can. I know you're saying, Queen, speak for yourself. You know what I'm saying? That may be. That may be. But when you do that, it puts your wife in a difficult situation. Because now she watching you be addicted to something, to a fantasy that she probably can never be. She ain't gonna really fulfill that fantasy because she's not that woman on that tape. You really want that woman on the tape and not what God has blessed you with. That's why I say work with what you got. Work with what God has sent you and be satisfied. Learn how to be satisfied with each other. That's why I say nobody should be depriving anybody of anything, you know what I'm saying, within your capabilities. That's why you need to have that conversation that I said, what I said I was talking about. But you should not be depriving anybody of anything. Gone over there with Mitchell. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? These unrealistic expectations that you got. But again, whatever y'all discuss, that's what y'all discuss. And y'all agree upon, that's what y'all agree upon. And then that's how y'all move forward. And it ain't nobody else's business. And I don't want nobody calling me and telling me, what you said was wrong. No, listen, whatever people do in their bedroom, that's what they do in their bedroom. It's up to the Holy Ghost to convict and say, y'all, you know what? That y'all went a little bit too far. You know what I'm saying? That was a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? That's God's job. That ain't none of your job, Mother Bishop. That's not none of your job. Don't tell me it's wrong for me to use props or tools or equipment in my bed. That's what maybe we owe. Maybe we need something to swing from, or to lift up, or the harness. Maybe that's what we need. You don't come telling me what to do in my bedroom with my husband. You come in the marriage with a certain appetite anyway. You know what I'm saying? Or a certain expectation anyway. You know, and both of you all should know what each other expectation is, or what your limit is. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is, but y'all should be clear before you get in that room. You all should have a clear understanding of what's about to transpire. It shouldn't be new to both of y'all, unless y'all both virgins, which I can't even fathom that. You understand what I'm saying? And then that way, everything is a smooth transition. It's a flow. You're able to have fun with one another. You know what I'm saying? You're able to just relax and enjoy. But I ain't there. I'm telling you right now, I'm not up in my. I'm not sitting there thinking, is this according to scripture? No, we're not doing that. We're not. I'm not doing that while I'm with my husband. Who's doing that? Is this what John said? Is this in Ecclesiastes? Did they speak against this? Now I'm not saying do what is mentioned in the Bible that we shouldn't be doing. Y'all know what she talked about that one part I did agree with. And not because it hurt, but because the Lord spoke against it. Because listen, when I was in my Lord, I'm probably gonna get in trouble. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying what I was in sin. Okay, you know what? Just leave that out. We gonna just go ahead and leave that part out. Oh, you understand what I'm saying? But y'all know what ain't right and what's a woman appropriate and what ain't woman appropriate. Okay? Bottom line. Now, you know what? We ain't even gonna open that door. We gonna go ahead and shut the back door. We just gonna shut it and we ain't open it and we gonna move on. We just gonna go ahead and move on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying. No, don't you laugh at me, Alice. Because I don't want to open that door. I want to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get in trouble. You know. But that shouldn't be no comment. I wish your mother would come over here. And I wasn't about to say the other word, but I'm talking about the mother in the church. I wish a mother would come over here and tell me what I should be doing in my bed with my husband. Or tell me y'all shouldn't be doing. I wish somebody would come tell me that I'm not supposed to be speaking into the mic with my husband. I wish you would, because you're gonna get a whole earful. Is you crazy? Are you crazy? And that's why we need to be having safe, proper conversations with our young ladies that's getting married, our young adult women and men. You know what I'm saying? To know what's appropriate, what how should we be moving forward? You know, you about to get married. Yeah, you need to be having a conversation. Y'all need to be talking about what you all can explore. And then women, I'm gonna say this: women, raise your daughters right. Not only raise them right, but raise them well informed. Raise them well informed so they can know what to expect on their wedding night. Just in case there's a few virgins crawling around here, maybe they don't know. Listen, talk to your women so they can know what to do and what not to do. Show them, demonstrate. One of my friends, listen, I've had to do a show and tell. Nothing everybody was clothed, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean it was a demonstration. Cuz they did not know. They didn't know. And all I'm going to say is they husband walked up to me and thanked me. See, these are tough conversations that we need to be having. So that oh Jesus, I wish this was permittable, but I already know They would talk me, they will nail me to the cross and set me on fire. But you know what? Some of these Christian wives and women, and it just clicked in my mind when I said this, they probably don't know how to do it correctly or do it efficiently or do it to please their pleasurably. And this is why we got all of these these old, these breakdowns in these marriages. There need to be classes, conferences, because you got some people, they just don't know how, or you're doing it incorrectly. You're not handling the equipment correctly. Because for her to say that, that makes me think, that makes me think that she had some a few trial and errors and she just gave up. And then she started calling it unholy. You understand what I'm saying? She probably was horrible at it. And probably said, y'all know what? This is a sin. God didn't mean for this to happen. No way. I know it's a sin because I keep on choking. Oh my God. And I'm still saved. But I'm just saying. Mother Mother probably said, wait a minute. This ain't right. I'm about to crack my own self up. Whew. Mother probably said, this is not right. This ain't holy. And I knew this wasn't right. This don't even fit right. Now see, now I'm about to go in the hole. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. We're not going down that rabbit hole. But I'm just saying that would explain a lot in this video. It would explain a lot in what she said, why she said what she said. Because a lot of times when people don't get stuff right, they go to say it's fraudulent, it ain't right, that it was wrong, something was broken. when people can't when people can't figure stuff out, they go to talking about, oh, that's the devil. It's something wrong with that. Y'all need to it was broke. It wouldn't work for me. Oh God, help me, Jesus. Mother Bishop need to figure out why it wasn't working for her. Okay, it's working for us. We don't know why it wasn't working for you. Okay, go get busy, Miss. Come on, you who saying that? Scorpio, about you something else. Oh my goodness, hilarious, hilarious. I mean, that woman said it was unholy. If you do it, you a whore. She done called the majority of the world. And not only that, she said, and if you do it, your payment is a hamburger. Ain't that what she said, y'all? It's a hamburger. I'm like, what decade are you living in, honey? What decade are you living in? That don't even make no sense to me. That was crazy. So yeah, you said I can't with you. Yeah, Scorpio Mama is on a whole nother she on a whole nother score. I'm letting I don't know, comedian may be still in here, I don't know. But I'm gonna try again tomorrow. I'm gonna try, but I know Mike, so I just been, kind of waiting to ask. I've been, cuz I think one of his videos he said he was in a mood, he's still he's still going through, and it's quite natural, you know what I'm saying? So I've been giving him the space. I ain't been really asking him about the hat because sometimes when people going through and they're grieving, they don't want to keep on being nagged about something. So I'm just letting him let me know when it's cool to come stop by and get it. You know. Oh my God, y'all, that was hilarious. I'm telling y'all that this. Hey SBK, how you doing? SBK, man, I wish you would have came in the beginning because I don't know. you're not gonna really know what's going on. But I refuse to play this video. I refuse to play it one more time. I refuse it. I refuse it. I reject it in the name of Jesus. So this is what we're talking about, SBK. So there's an older lady. We're calling her Bishop Mother. Because she had on a church hat and then she had on a bishop robe. I didn't know what was going on with that. So we're just calling her Bishop Mother. She made a video because she said back in the day, the men would go what would go out and get fellatio, and then they would go and give the women a hamburger, and then they would go home to their wives. But she's saying nowadays the husbands are now turning the wives into whores because the wives are now giving the husbands fellatio. So now we are whores because of that, and that we should not be doing that. We should not be bringing no whipped cream or licking and rolling in the bed, because it is unholy. This is what this woman has said. We unholy. We should not be doing that, and that she is not doing whatever her husband asked her to do in the bedroom. She's not going to do it because she's not a hoe, and she said she would rather be by herself in order instead of being a hoe. Okay, I in turn said you just call me 403 because whatever my husband need me to be, that's what I'm gonna be. You said not even a cheeseburger. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't even got to be no cheeseburger. You can just smile and say cheese, and it's on and cracking. You understand what I'm saying? She said, "Go get a hamburger." We're gonna bring the hamburger to the bed. We're gonna bring it to the room and share it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, Alice. Yeah. And I'm just here to refute all of that and let you all know, my Christian sisters and brothers, it is not a sin to bless your husband. It is not a sin to speak into the mic. You understand what I'm saying? You said, don't listen to that lady say to him. SBK was quick to say, don't turn it off. Plug your ears up. Whatever you do, don't listen to the lady. You understand what I'm saying? That's pure foolishness, and that's not even traditionalism. That's just something that she done made up in her mind. Okay, people, that's just something that she done made up in her mind, and we have all concluded that something is wrong with mother. Okay, she doesn't understand why women take pictures with their tongue out. Now I can agree with her, you know what I'm saying, with the promiscuity. You got these young girls out with their tongue out because why? You ain't, I don't see no ring on your finger, you know what I'm saying? And now I did do the Valentine's Day picture, you know what I'm saying, because it was Valentine's Day, and we were expressing how much we love our husband, and he was just showing me how much he loved me, and we did the matching tongue wagging, but we did it to each other. And so I made a reel. Yeah, it's up in there, but it gives y'all a glimpse that we ain't dead over here. It's some spice over here. And I'm trying to show these dry, starchy Christian people that it's okay to love your mate publicly. It's okay to express your passion publicly, as long as you ain't causing nobody to sin. Now, somebody look at that picture and be like, trying to sin, then God gonna get you. Okay? SBK talking about some mic check. SBK, that's not holy. You being very unholy, sir. You being very unholy. Okay? I remember back in the day that they used to tell the young girls, don't y'all be kissing, because if y'all kiss, y'all gonna get pregnant. I remember that. People actually thought if you kissed, you got pregnant. But that was something that the old people made, so they were trying to refute promiscuity. That's what they were trying to do or whatever. But honey, please, people need to stop. You need to stop. Christians get down, they get all the way down. And if you know, like I know, you better be getting down again, because if you don't, missionary Nancy is gonna do it for you. That's foolishness. There's nothing wrong with that. The Bible says that the marriage bed is undefiled. And no mother should be saying anything. First of all, you shouldn't be talking, you shouldn't be having that conversation to tell people what they should be doing in their bedroom. That is improper. Now I am gonna tell you what you shouldn't be doing, and that's refusing each other. You should not be refusing each other. When you go to refusing people each other because you mad at them, or I'm about to close the store up. You better know it's a 24-hour grocery store up the street. And they don't never close. Stop using your sexual covenant with your husband as a weapon, and the husbands too. Stop pleasing your wife. And I'm gonna speak to this. This is a grown folk conversation. I'm gonna speak to this, and you know what? I'm gonna put the mic in the mic. Lord, see y'all. I got my mic. My mic. I'm gonna put the. I'm gonna put the link in. I'm gonna put the link in. Just in case somebody wants to. You don't got to, but I'm gonna put the link in. Oh, help me God. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna put the link in. Don't y'all be laughing at me. Y'all know what I was trying to say. Y'all know what I was trying to say. But fellas, I'm gonna say this to y'all, and I'm saying this to y'all because I'm speaking on behalf of the women, the wives. I'm speaking on behalf of the wives. Okay, y'all stop, and I want y'all to stop this immediately. Stop getting your serving. Stop getting your plate and walking off, and not letting your wife be served too. Don't be talking about something. You better get your plate. You better get your plate. While I'm getting my plate, or that's it. I got to get up and go to work. You gonna be fresh out of luck. The work husband is gonna make sure she get her plate. Marriage is a covenant. It's a giving and a taking of. You all are coming together to serve each other, and that is what should be happening. It should not be one-sided at all. Wives, if your husband is taking that leap of faith and making sure you good, you are obligated to make sure that they good. Bottom line. Don't be talking about what you not gonna do, and they done did it for you. It's not fair. Because at the end of the day, you be like, oh, it's okay, baby. I know you tired, but in your mind, you resenting that like a mug. Listen, you might as well be honest. You resenting that like a mug, and you pissed in your mind. You pissed off. And that is how enmity, and that's how the enemy gets in. You understand what I'm saying? That's how the devil gets into marriages and tear it up. And the first thing come out their mouth, when y'all go to argue, you stopped. You stop whatever it is. You stop dressing for me. You stop doing this. You stop doing that. You stop cooking. You stop doing this. You don't want to do this. Listen, to eliminate that, stop stopping. Even if you're mad, keep that thing going. Keep that fire burning. Stop it. Because what God has given you, you don't want to tear it up. Don't be bashful. Don't be shamed. If y'all have signed up to be with each other for the rest of y'all life, then it's y'all. It's us. We the only two in the room. We can do whatever we want to do. You want to be Tarzan and Jane? You want to be Respucia and Norman? Whatever you want to be. Can't do this and can't do. Come on, SBK. Oh, I can't do this and I can't do that. Then get out the room. Get out. Get out. Get out. We grown. We married. That's why you need to be talking about this stuff before you be talking about this my soulmate. Really? You sure about that? I don't care how many plates she cook you. I don't care how nice and subtle and demure that she is to you. I don't care if she do get a soft answer every time you talk. I don't care if she is consistent. That sexual component, it matters. You got you a really nice girl, but you ain't that don't know how to satisfy you. They have to be able to. All of they got to work cohesively together. Am I telling the truth? You got yourself a really nice girl, but you really need a whore too. She gotta be nice and a hooker at the same time. And I'm glad he brought that up. That's a major turnoff. And 9 out of 10, the men are they're gonna be polite about it, but you ain't gonna hear from them no more. You ain't gonna hear from them no more. You ain't gonna hear from them no more. Do you buy? Yep, I do that. Yep, I do that. Yep. Oh, I started doing that in 75. Whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Can't do this and can't do that. That should not be in your vocabulary. Or you say, you know what, baby, I'm really interested in that. Can you show me? Let's practice. But no, I can't do that. I don't know where he gonna get that from. From sis up the way. That's where he gonna get it from. I don't know what. Oh, she ain't gonna please. Whatever. I told her I ain't doing that. You gonna mess up. She gonna be with the work husband at the plant. In her mind, see, this is what oh my. I'm just giving an example. Okay? What you don't do, she may tolerate it for a while, but in her mind, she's reminiscing on the one who did do it. And that's not what you want. Are you okay? You need to be asking these questions. Are you satisfied? I need you to be realistic with me. Are you satisfied? Because if not, my job is to make sure that you are, and I'm gonna really be trying hard to make sure you okay. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Did you enjoy it? You didn't enjoy it? Okay, what did I do wrong? Did I bite you? What happened? What's going on? Was you too low? Was I too high? What? I need to know because I want to be the only one. You want to be the only one in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm with her because she do this a certain way. I'm with her because I like the way she do this. You got 4-5 women because you like the way they do. No, I'm gonna be all 4-5 of them women together. Don't be laughing at me, SBK. I'm dead serious. Can't is not in my vocabulary. It just ain't. You understand what I'm saying, women and men? What that lady was talking about is pure foolishness. You will be alone. You will be sitting right next to her in a church hat and in a robe. You gonna be sitting right next to her. You said, "I'm with you." Yeah. You got these men full of testosterone, don't work all day long. They're aggressive. They don't had to quiet themselves to keep the jobs, to feed their kids. But men are animals. They are full of testosterone. They need to release. And here you is talking about something, oh, I don't do that. You got a whole animal, a whole gorilla in there ready to let loose, and you talking about what you can't do. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. You understand what I'm saying? That ain't safe. A man needs to release. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be that receptor for them. Just like a woman. We are emotional. We need that attachment and that companionship from you. And we also need that release. A woman that's in a, don't lie, women. I'm not lying. Moving, I said I will never do that again. You say, yep, unbridled, sexual, and ready. Yeah, I'm not lying no more. Babies, you okay? I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I'll get you the next time. No, you're gonna get me tonight, or you're gonna be embarrassed. Cause what's about to happen next is going it's not gonna be good, and it's gonna affect your manhood. Okay? Cause we don't get down like that. I got to go to work in the morning just like you do. You understand what I'm saying? No, we don't do that. That ain't happening. And I put my foot down on this one. Everybody is getting a party favor tonight. You understand what I'm saying? Am I telling the truth? I ain't doing. Somebody gonna be tired. You understand what I'm saying? Cause ain't no, we not playing no games over here. You understand? We not doing that. Cause your body is my body and my body is your body. Isn't that right? Isn't that what the word of God says? Hands up. Thank you, SBK. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And this and if this is not within your limitations, then maybe I'm not the one for you. Maybe I'm not the one for you. And that could be okay. But never settle. Never settle. And then but if you got a mate that may be physically incapable, you know what I'm saying? Then okay, yeah, you go in there with mercy and grace, you know what I'm saying? And consideration, and you never make them feel less than. We're not here to belittle nobody. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't do that to your man or your woman if they have a disability or something like that. Okay, we totally understand. Work within that range, still have that serious conversation. What can you do? Okay. What can you do? Okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about being honest. But don't ever, what we not gonna do is be like mother time myself, oh, that ain't holy anyway. No, you just whack at it and can't do it. Tell the truth. Okay? Then you just go ahead and tell the truth. You just whack at it and can't do it. And now you try to tell us that it's unholy to do. No, we ain't doing that today. So in your leisure, who everybody who's just joining the chat, go back to the beginning so you can know exactly what we're talking about. This is not for young people. This is not this is an adult conversation that we're having today. Okay, so it should not be no children on here. Okay, so be mindful even where you're at. If you're around children, you probably should walk away. All right, tell the truth and shame the devil. You better believe that. I'm so tired of these sanctified church people thinking that sex is not a conversation that need to be had. It absolutely is. How are people going to know if nobody teach them and talk about it and tell it? You know, I need y'all to come on, quit playing. You got all these beautiful women, and they are. Should I say it, SBK? Should I say it? Being unholy in private. Should I say it? You got these, y'all, we got these beautiful sanctified Christians that are getting married. God is sitting on their mate, and they are sanctified duds. They are sexual duds because nobody has properly taught them or showed them, or they haven't took it up. They haven't took it upon their self to learn. So then you go around talking about, oh, I don't do that. Well, that's because you ain't even never tried. And that's why you got people running around here talking about some, oh, it's the devil. It's not the devil. It's something that you need to learn how to do. Or you're going to be in a world of trouble. It's a beautiful thing. It seals your marriage. The first thing that they ask you, have that marriage been consummated? You understand what I'm saying? One thing my husband said, this marriage is real. If we called me when I came back to Africa, came back from Africa, he was saying, he said, babe, you know, we are on a whole nother level now because we have been physical now. We have consummated. We are together. We are one now. And that was important to consummate. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just a getting off thing. It is a spiritual thing. It is a covenant thing. That's why you shouldn't be hooking up with people. Now, SBK, you gonna get mad at me when I say this. No, you know what? Maybe you're not, because I don't know your life. I don't know, and forgive me for even saying that because I don't know you like that. But I'm just saying, um, you should. My belief, my perspective. You should not be hooking up and having these sexual, physical covenants with people who you're not trying to marry. When you have sex with somebody, you are creating a covenant. And I know y'all heard this, the phrase, soul ties and sexual ties. That's a real thing. That's why things get tricky after you get physical with somebody because you done created a covenant with this individual. That's why you need to know if it is right, if they are the right one. You out here swinging it from left to right with this one and that one. You got all these covenants going around and these women. And I'm going to tell you something about women. We are emotional creatures. When you are physical with us, we form a tie with you and we think, okay, he done been physical with me. Okay, we're trying to build something now. That's what happens in our mind. Even if we sit up there and say, oh, we can have a situation, we can have an agreement, oh, I'm down with that. In our minds, we really ain't because we want to be someone's companion. It's innate in us. We are born with it. And I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what no bachelorette say. I don't care what no independent woman say. I don't care what, speak for yourself, queen. I'm happy where I'm at. You may be. But there was a time in your life as a woman, we would listen, and I'm about to get straight up spiritual. God created us for the man. He created us for the man. There is something in us that says we want to be with the man because God ordained it to be that way. He put it in us to want companionship to be with the man. So when we sleep with you, there is a covenant that happens. And we are linked up with you physically, mentally, emotionally. And so we looking for things to go further. And you just said, no, I just had a good time. I just had a good time in the hay. Or this is really cool. We can hook up whenever we want to. And in our mind, we're thinking there may be a possibility that this can go on. If he really like me, if I'm really accessible, then he will continue on with me. But in his mind, he said, no, this ain't what I want. I want to move on. But now you all tangled up with this man in your mind and in your heart because y'all done been physical. That's why it's so important. Don't be swinging this thing and being physical with people who you don't intend on going on a life journey with. And I'm dead serious. That's why you got women out here busting windows open and burning and bleaching clothes and stuff because they done gave you their commodity. They done gave you the most important thing about them is their body in their sanctuary. And they done gave it to you thinking that if I do this, we may build something together. And in your mind, you saying it's a one night stand. And women do the same thing to men. I don't know why, because you already know how we are. Or I can handle it. It's just a hookup. No, it ain't. You could be 60 years old still hooking up with somebody and still wondering if he gonna choose me. I want to be chose with your old self. I'm telling the truth. Women don't want to talk about it because we so strong, we so independent. And Johnny come whenever I want him to come. But that's because you just done got burnt out and you just done settled with life as it is now. But there was a time when you would have slept with Johnny in your 30s or in your 20s and you would have thought, maybe we building something, because women are emotional creatures. The only time a man settles down and commit to a woman and ask a woman to marry them is when they have allowed their emotions to be tied with this woman. Other than that, they some kind of way, it's their makeup, it's the way that they are, because they are the depositors, we are the receptors. Some kind of way men are able to cut that emotion. They don't form an emotional connection with the woman when they sleep with them, but we do. So we become attached, but some kind of way they're able to detach. I don't know why that is. That's just the way God has made the man. But once a man becomes emotionally attached to that woman, then it's a situation. Then they're gonna start dating you long term. Then they're gonna become exclusive. Then they're gonna be thinking about she may be the one, because you done tapped into their emotions. Now let me tell you, my husband told me, he said, I don't know about you. He said, I don't know about you. He said, but some kind of way you was able to weave yourself into me. He said, I can't explain it. He said, you do this to me. He did just like that. He said, you do this to me. He said, I fell in love with you. Am I talking, SBK? Yeah, 60 years old. Alex, sorry about that. Am I talking? That's why I was trying to show y'all some golden nuggets on that other show. How to get into that thing, how to get into them emotions, how to get into that layer of coldness, of detachedness that men have. It's a way to get in there, baby. But you gonna work for it, and be genuine with it. Don't be playing no games with them, because if you play a game, you get into a man's emotion and get them tied to you and get them connected to you in their mind and in their heart, and you go to playing games with them, they liable to kill you. It's crazy, because when a man is attached to a woman with their emotions, it's hard to let them go. And it's devastating to break that tie. And when they do have to break a tie with a woman that they emotionally connect to, it affects them for the rest of their life. And it causes them to treat, and going forward with the other woman, they're going to treat them accordingly, and how that past relationship affected them. And it's really hard to get a man to turn, because they're going to revert back to how that woman hurt me. And y'all think women, men don't get hurt? They do. I know somebody right now refused to commit because of past relationship. And every woman that come his way, unless God change it, they're gonna be fresh out of luck. We killing it. You better say, well, yeah. It don't make no sense. So you do all of this work, and y'all decided that y'all gonna be together, y'all gonna be married, y'all together. Y'all, this the one. I done fell in love with you. Okay, then y'all get to play. Y'all get to have fun. Y'all get to explore each other. Y'all get to try new things, because y'all got your whole life to be physical with each other. So yeah, you gonna be spicy. It shouldn't be the same dull thing all the time. Y'all should be. It should be like a playground. It's so many different things that y'all can do. So I don't want to hear I can't do. You think we supposed to have sex the same way for the rest of our lives? Who doing that? Who is doing that? I'm stuck with you for the rest of my life, and you mean tell me I ain't gonna never get turned upside down, or I ain't gonna you crazy? And I'm supposed to be with you for the rest of my life? It's not fair. It's not fair. So what this woman said was totally wrong. And I don't know. I don't remember if I saw a ring on her finger. I don't remember if I did or not, but it sounded like she was giving singleness. She was giving off singleness of heart. You understand what I'm saying? She was giving that vibe off. So I don't know, but everything just about what she said was totally wrong. And do not listen to that at all. Okay, Alice, you gonna stop laughing at me on this live. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all support the channel, $ CLAYLING. I know for a fact I have dropped off some golden nuggets to y'all tonight. Support the channel. When y'all bless me, it keeps me connected to you all. I don't got no big old cable bill, none of that. This is what I use right here. This thing right here. I turn that hotspot on. I ain't ashamed. I'm not ashamed at all. For one, I'm killing it because I don't got a high cable bill and I'm still able to do the same things as y'all do. Okay. Uh so when y'all do that, it helps me to keep the data on this mug. So run that cash out. What the CMA say? It's a business. It's a business. Okay. And I'm quite sure y'all benefited from it. All right. Or will benefit tonight. No. Listen, if you benefit tonight for whatever I said with your husband or your woman, you after y'all go ahead and get y'all some water, go and hit that cash app, okay? You know what? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't nobody playing no games with nobody. I don't know what century this woman is living in, but we are in 2020, 25. Look, 2020, 25. We are in 2025, honey. Okay? Where the infidelity rate is astronomical. I'm doing everything I can to hold on to mine, and he all the way over there. He's doing everything that he can to hold on to. And this is the thing: you got to know your mate. He knows exactly what I need, when I need it. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't nothing but an emoji, you know. So if it ain't nothing but a baby, you look so good, or whatever. I told y'all what he do to drive me crazy. When he start referring to himself in the third person for something, I don't know why it could be his accent. I don't know. But when he go, stop, Alice, if you laugh at me one more time, I promise you. Uh when he say uh you if, wait, when he say did you miss daddy? I'll be like, yeah, I miss daddy. For some reason, it get everything flowing and stuff. He be like, did you miss? I want you to be okay for daddy. You look good for daddy, okay? I'm like, if I could fly over there right now, I would. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't know. It get me going. But he knows that, and he does it. He don't do it all the time, but he sporadically throw it out there. And I'll be like, man, you better be glad you over there, man. You better be glad. Don't you laugh at me. Don't y'all laugh at me. Somebody safe word may be popcorn. I don't know. But what I'm saying today is this. When he say daddy, congratulations, Alice. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry because you did say I was married now. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Welcome. You get to have fun. Welcome. Stop making me laugh, Queen. Listen, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And then, it's just whatever. You gotta make it work. Now, y'all know he over there and I'm over here. Y'all probably say, Queen, what do y'all do? That ain't none of y'all business what we do. But I'm just saying. I'm into him and he into me. You know. And when we got together, everything was all good. Because we had built up that rapport with each other. You know what I'm saying? And he asked me certain things, you know what I'm saying? Do you like this? Do you like that? I asked him certain things. Do you like this? Do you like that? So we already knew what our expectations was when we got there. You know? And that's all it is. That's all it is. Just asking. Just asking. But don't be gloves on in your church hat talking about I don't do that. Uh can we get I'm gonna do my other that's what I'll be doing. Excuse me. I would like to get to the nod because it has not been consummated, nor would it ever be consummated. No. He said when y'all call us that, it makes men sick to our chest. Oh, stick our checks out more. Yes. And I asked him, I said, when we first started talking, I said, do your women over there call your man daddy? And he'd be like, yeah, they do. They do. They'd be like, daddy, daddy. And so I was like, okay, because nah, you got to be a special individual to make me call you daddy. If your woman calling you daddy, that's because she feel that you can dominate her. I'm sorry. I'm just saying it. And she feels that you're in that leadership role as a man. And she don't listen. If we calling you baby, then we don't think of you as a dominatory individual. But if we calling you daddy, that means you done made us submit in some kind of way, emotionally, in our mind, whatever it is in our heart. You done made us melt. And we can't do nothing but call you daddy. But if I'm saying baby, that means you ain't came with that. You ain't walking hard and you ain't walking. You ain't walking tough. And it's nothing against you. It's just that we don't, and it's not that we don't see it, but I want to say we do it unconsciously. We do it unconsciously. See, a child calls their daddy because they know that they daddy. And it's not, we almost come like that, childlike. And I know I'm giving away the secrets, but you make me feel like you my daddy. And this boy is younger than that boy. This man, my husband, he's younger than me. You know what I'm saying? But he walked tall. He walk in his boots, baby. He walk. And all I can say is daddy. You understand what I'm saying? That boy, not he got when I tell you he got an old soul, and people be teasing me, you know what I'm saying, because he younger, but he treat I turned into a 4-year-old. We had to make a decision the other day. He's like, baby, I'm following your lead. I said, no, honey, I'm following your lead in what decision that you're gonna make. I give him that respect. Cause you daddy. The way you treated me, the way you treat me, you know what I'm saying? The way you coming through for me, you're daddy. I'm sorry. Am I telling the truth? Am I telling the truth? Hmm. How you doing, baby? How you doing, baby? That one time when they tell you, hold on, be quiet. Let me hold on, woman. I'll be like this. I don't say nothing, and I tell him, I said, yeah. When he go to talking with authority, I'm like, oh, I see you using your husband voice. He be like, yeah, I'm using my husband voice because you are too old to be just learning this lesson. And he brought it to my attention. He said, now, do you see how differently I'm talking to you now? It is because I am your husband now. I am your protector. I am your teacher. I'm your father. I am your leader. I am your husband now. So yes, I had to talk. I'm like, boy, I was like this, y'all. I was like, Jesus. I was trying to take everything off. You understand what I'm saying? I'm like, please. I'm like, my God. Nobody's ever talked to me like that. Because y'all see me, right? Y'all see me. I can be quite aggressive. You understand what I'm saying? But he's able to handle me. He's able to handle me. And that to me is baffling. That you able to get me together like that at your age. But he walked with authority. He walks with authority. When I got to Africa, of course he wasn't feeling well, so y'all already know his lineage, right? Y'all already know. So there's someone there to accompany us. And I was like, okay, this is new. And I just walked. And he was giving directions. He was like, I need you to go this. He said, go do this. Go that. And the man would just get up and go. I'm like, and I said, who is this man to you? And he started laughing. Oh, this is my friend. I'm like, yeah. I said, when I this man, everything this my husband said, this man went and he just did it. You know what I'm saying? And then when it was time to eat, the man come and brings me the water and he washed my hand. I was like, I can live over here. You know what I'm saying? I can do this. He said, baby, you ain't a princess. I'm like, oh, gee, I could do this. But it made me see he walked in authority. He walked in authority. And the man respected him. When your woman see other men respect you, you done did something. It affects us. It makes us understand and know that you can provide and protect us. Yes, confidence and authority. I knew, even with my husband, I knew that he was controlling everything that was moving around him. I knew that. And I knew that I was safe. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I said to myself, this boy better walk. I said, you better walk. You better have that swag. I couldn't believe it. And it made me have more attraction for him even more. Just his character, his ability, what's on the inside of him, not necessarily on the aesthetics. What he was doing, I was ready. He said, "Hey, Pony, please go get me something to eat." And the man went up and got something to eat, and then when he went, we had to go to the market to get a taxi bus to go to the hotel because that's where his car was. But over there, you got to load your stuff in to hold your spot. You don't pay for it, but you still got to. I had to load my luggage in, and so my luggage is holding the spot. He told that man because he had to walk off somewhere to do something. I guess he went and got something. I don't know, but he told that man. He said, "Keep your eye on her stuff." That man stood right there and it did not move and had his eyes on my bags. I was sitting on the bench, depleted and hot and scared and emotionally drained because of what happened in the airport. So I was just ready to get to the hotel. And something happened, and because people started crawling around and they started arguing and negotiating for a seat with the driver, and so a lot of people kept crawling around, and so the view was kind of skewed to my luggage and stuff. And I'm looking, I kind of jerked a little bit and looked, and the man looked at me. He said, "It is okay. Nobody's going to touch it." He never deviated his attention from my stuff. I was like, "This is something." When I started crying, when I had that breakdown, because I had missed my flight, I was like, they're gonna do something to me. You know what I'm saying? The man said, he said, "Calm down, please. It's going to be okay. Everything is going to be fine. Calm down. Calm down." I was like, this can work out. Like, I could literally do this. You know what I'm saying? But it was because of the tone that my husband established. He was sick. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing good in his body, and I was exhausted, and I wasn't feeling good in my body for some reason. I just was hurting so bad. My body was hurting. Anywho, I had to go sit down in the little lounge they had in the airport, but you had to stay in your spot because you had to get your boarding pass. But it was so long because the plane was still stuck in Paris, right? So you just had to stay there, right? And my baby was sick, and so he made the man stand in my spot. And when I tell you it was a long time, he made that man stand in my spot. I was like, wow. And the man did, and it didn't say anything less of the man that was doing it, but it spoke to the authority of my husband. And for that was it. I was like, "Daddy this, daddy, 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 dad." No way. You understand? And I said, "Babe," I said, "Awesome," and I was just so grateful. I said, "Lord," I said, "Baby, I thank you for taking care of me." He said, "Babe, I'm your husband. That is what his husband's supposed to do." So yeah, he get a pass. You understand what I'm saying? So anything he asked me to do, I'm doing it. If my body is too big to do it, I'm gonna lose weight to do it. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever it is. If I got to walk on bottle caps, that's what I'm gonna do. You understand what I'm saying? So also this "I can't" should be out of your vocabulary. Especially if you got a man that is performing like a man. And that's the problem. Y'all men got to start performing like a man. So y'all can get these women that's gonna perform like a woman for you. You want your woman to perform like a woman, and you perform like a man. And you ain't gonna have no problems out of that man. Vice versa. Vice versa. You want your woman to perform like you, then man, you got to do it. You got to stand up. Am I telling the truth? I know I am. All right. So listen, thank y'all for being on here and supporting the channel. I'm about to be up off this mug because I got to cook me some chicken breast. Now, see, hold on. I think my man. I think. Oh Jesus. No, that's somebody else. Lord, I thought that was my man had texted me and I had missed it. Okay. All right. So my husband's birthday is coming up. Hey, I said what I said. What's going on? Hey, hey. Oh, you gotta unmute.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had a. Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when I seen my husband like moving around like that and moving how he was moving, I knew how I was gonna have to move that night. You understand what I'm saying? I already knew how I was gonna have to move. Oh, really, Alice? It was. Well, I know you would have came up on the right show, huh? You would have
Okay.
came up on the right show.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
All right.
I didn't have my microphone out of my headset.
Oh, okay.
But child,
Okay.
I had to come up here and talk about the mother.
Listen.
I believe the mother wasn't doing her job, like you said,
Uh-huh.
and she caught Deacon so and so with somebody in the church, and so she done called her a hamburger hoe, because that's what she named all of them, because she
Right.
wasn't doing her job. And he, like I said, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, then somebody else is going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so she acting like she holier than thou. And did you catch that she said, my granddaughter says she rather be alone. So you don't taught your granddaughter this mess, and your grandbaby ain't going to get married.
And that's what I said. Remember, I said I hope that she ain't telling her grandkids this or no other impressionable woman around her because that's just pure foolishness. And yeah, you done suck that sucking,
Right. And he
okay?
done told you you ain't doing it right.
And he done went and did what he had to do. Give me some money so I can get a couple of hamburgers. I'll be home later. That's that. I mean that's what that because that's I don't. That is not even woman like we. Now, if you, I don't want to say if you're a real woman, but I'm just saying if you are a sexual creature, you want to do that. You understand what I'm saying? I know I do because
Well,
we're women.
if you love
You
your
know?
husband and you want to
Yeah.
please him, and even if you don't like doing it, you got to do what you got to do.
You gotta do what you gotta do, and if you
Yeah.
do it, if you got the right technique, if you got the right technique and you've been watching his patterns, you won't have to do it long. You understand what I'm saying? If you learn your man, you won't have to
Right.
do it long, but you got to get in there like a champ. You understand what I'm saying? You got to
Well,
get in there.
it's like everything else. Practice make perfect. You ain't gonna know unless you practice.
You ain't gonna know unless you practice. But don't come out here and talk about something that ain't right. It's unholy. Don't
Yeah.
come out here and saying that now. Just say you can't do it.
Yeah, mother, don't be trying to tear up everybody else home because you don't tow your own up now. I'm just
Done
saying.
tore it up. Talking
Yeah,
about you won't be
yeah,
you.
done tore it up from the floor up, and now you mad and bitter, and now you want to tell everybody else it ain't holy because you don't know what you're doing. And just be honest with people and just say, well, I tried it, but I didn't know what to do, and so really, you should be asking for assistance instead of trying to tell people not to do that because what you're doing is very dangerous, and you're gonna have a lot of happy homes breaking up,
I
spewing out that
know.
type of information. Now,
Especially if she's respected. You know what I'm saying? Especially if she's
yeah,
like a prominent minister in the church. That's
yeah,
why ministers got to be careful. And then not only that, you're speaking against the word of God. The word of God says that it is undefiled. So where are you getting this unholy and God is holy? Don't you know God knew that this day was gonna come?
right.
He knew women was gonna be speaking to the mic all over the world. He knew that. Why
Well,
did you think he made our mouth like this?
and I thought that part of us was his present to us to pleasure each other. It was our gift
It was a gift,
that
and
he
I'm gonna
gave
tell y'all
us.
something. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. And don't y'all say I done got off. When you are in covenant with your husband and you are consummating the marriage, you are giving God the glory because that's how He made the marriage. That's how He set up marriage. He gets the glory when you are in covenant with your husband. Now, when you stop being in covenant with your husband and you allowing the enemy in, then that's when you giving the devil the glory. But God instituted an ordained marriage just the way it's supposed to be. And he tells you to love wives, love your husband, honor your husband, husbands, honor your wives. He tells you to come together in relations. Unless you fast and a prayer. And even after that, he say immediately go and reunite with your husband. So all of
Yeah.
this, you ain't supposed to be doing this and you ain't supposed to be doing that. I want to know, what Bible did you get that from?
Well, what I believe, and I could be wrong, but what I believe is a lot of these people in churches and stuff, they go by man law instead of God's law, because the church have a
Yeah.
bunch of laws and bylaws that they want people to follow. And please don't take this the wrong way, but people, I notice the holiness churches are the hardest on people.
Mm-hmm.
Holiness and Catholic churches, it seems like they're harder on anybody more than anybody. But also they have the most crimes coming out their churches.
And Islam.
And
Islam
scandals. And
it's
scandals.
Islam, the practice of Islam is stricter than Christianity. But they
Yeah.
have a high rate of homosexuality.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And a
Yes.
high rate of young girls that have been raped, young girls.
Exactly.
It's in all religion. You got all of these strict rules and what you should be, and then it's some that they make up, just like in the Old Testament. God gave them 10 commandments. Do you know those Negroes went and made 300 more that they couldn't even keep?
Exactly.
God gave them just 10. Them niggas went and got 300 more and they had a nerve to write them out and wear them around their neck, and they still couldn't keep the law. They
And
couldn't keep
worshiping
it.
idols instead of
And
worshiping
worshiping
God.
idols. And worshiping idols.
Yeah, and so I feel like that's what people do these days. They look at the preacher as an idol, and they worship him more than they believe the
Yeah.
preacher more than they believe God. And whatever the church bylaws and laws are, then that's it seemed like that's what people believe, because we've been doing it a long time, and even if it's done wrong, we're still gonna uphold this wrongness.
Yeah, and so and then what happens is when you do that, it frustrates the people. You know what I'm saying? Because now they're trying to follow you instead of God, and everything that we need in life. If you're a Christian and if this is what you have decided to do, it's in the Bible. You ain't got to go outside of that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be asking no extra. It addresses everything that you need. You know what I'm saying? The problem comes when you start adding your own ideology to it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then saying, oh, this is from God, or this is what you should be doing because you done thought that in your head. I've always been an individual to follow the word of God. You know, I
Right.
tell my pastors, I look through you to see God. And there's no disrespect for them, but you're my shepherd. I look through you to see my God. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how it should
Exactly.
be.
Well, I wonder this, because I got a very wandering mind. And
Okay.
Alice know how my mind's work. She don't know
Okay.
how it work all the time, but she know a little bit how my mind work. I'm very curious.
Okay.
So I wonder, is she snaring her nose up at the young women at the church, or the ones that's hanging out their tongues? Because she said
Yes.
she didn't
And don't
understand why people hanging their tongues out. So I wonder if she's snaring her nose up at people for the people that she think may be doing that.
yeah. And as you know, as some women as they get older, they start to be envious of the younger women. I've witnessed that. And I'm not saying across the board all older women, you know what I'm saying? I'm almost 50 years old myself. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm saying there, especially if they're alone or they've been hurt in life.
Mm-hmm.
For some women, I've noticed in the church, older women, they get real bitter and they start being very picky on the young women. You ain't supposed to be wearing that like that. Look at her with that on. She shouldn't be wearing that in her hair. Da-da-da-da-da. It's like you just miserable. These are young women. They're living their best life. They're exploring. They're trying to figure out who they are in life. Let them live. Now, we're not saying let them be out, be promiscuous, and breaking the tenets of the Bible. That's not what we're saying. but you nitpicking on everything and you bitter about it, which
Yeah,
that's not the spirit of God. You're supposed to be sweetly saved. You bitter. What? Nobody want to talk to you because you mean. And
it,
is it because life had dealt you a wrong hand, or you made bad decisions in your life and this is where you ended up?
that part. Because the Bible say the elders are supposed to be the teachers.
Come on.
Right. And so we're supposed to teach the young, not be jealous of them. And I'm almost 60 myself. Well, 50,
Yeah.
I'll be 59 at the end of the month. But I guarantee you, I'm not jealous of anybody. I'm really glad and grateful that I'm just still here.
Yeah.
And whatever education you have or whatever you have to teach people, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, especially if you're in the church, you're supposed to share the word. But and then they wonder why they don't have any young people in church anymore, or why people just don't want to go to church at all. It's because you make them feel horrible. And
And you
it
run them
don't
away.
come in there, and don't come in there with some old clothes on, or you
Right.
don't you don't look the part. They sure gonna look at you
They're gonna
crazy.
run you away, and a lot of people gonna have to answer to God for that too, and they don't
Yeah,
understand and know that because you running people away. God accepted all. He sat and ate with those that were unpleasant, those that were considered to be misfits. He sat and ate, broke bread with them as an example to how he wanted his children to be, and we still the church is still having that problem. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I will never understand it. You understand what I'm saying? Because the church is a station for all, a saving station for all. The church is supposed to bring healing. It's supposed to bring deliverance. It's supposed to be a resource for people. But the church they don't got it misconstrued. They think it's for prosperity and to show how good God is blessing you and to preach to each other prosperity. But you supposed to be on the corner preaching to the whore that the mother was talking about.
that's right.
While you out there talking about her, you should have been out there bringing her a hamburger, telling her that Jesus saved.
Exactly. Instead of calling her a hamburger hoe, you should be
Yeah,
trying to save her. And
yeah,
so, and that's why I say I feel like she probably turned her nose up to the younger women, or just not even younger women, just women that's not that's not familiar with God's word or not familiar with church, because it's a lot of people,
yeah.
um, young and old, that don't really know the word and they don't know the etiquette of church, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so, sometimes they may dress inappropriately or what have you, but you don't have to say anything to them, because when the word get in you, it make you want to change anyway. You
It
don't
will
need
conform
any.
you anyway.
Yes, it don't.
Just like anything in life, any trend, when you
Yeah,
went to high school, you saw how all the other girls dress and you mimic and started dressing like that because
right.
it just happens organically. You know what I'm saying? And then my pastor is a stickler about that. You don't mess with them. It ain't your
Yeah,
job. It's God.
right.
Our job is to lift the Lord up. The Bible says, if you lift them up, I will draw them.
And also too, I
That's
feel
that.
like it's like Adam and Eve, because remember before they ate from the tree that God told them not to eat from, they didn't
Mhm.
know that they were naked. But once they found out that they were naked, and then they wanted to cover themselves. They wanted to put they was trying to hide in fig leaves. And so I look at that as the same as church. If you not dressing the right way, once the spirit hits you, you're going to want to change your ways anyway. Nobody
Right.
have to
Now,
say
Lionel,
anything to you, and nobody have to coerce you, because you're going to start following the word, and you're going to start your mind is going to start conforming more and more of what God wants you to be. Not and you'll leave I'm not saying that you're just going to automatically leave the world alone, but a lot of the worldly things, you're going to
hmm
let that go. And you're not going to feel comfortable coming in there in a short skirt or
yeah.
whatever it is that they don't like, because
No,
if
you're
at
telling the truth. You're
at the
telling the truth.
holiness church, you can't wear makeup, and so
Some holiness churches, because
some of them, yeah. Well,
we go
used
to
to
a
be, used to
so-called,
be.
I say so-called, we're Pentecostal, so they call us holiness, or say they call us sanctified. And our women, we come up in there. But Lionel, don't mess with me tonight, because I will find enough energy to deal with you tonight. You understand what I'm saying? And I will deal with you in the only way that I can. You understand? Okay? Now I ain't never known the word of God not to help nobody. The word of God is there to help. Now you may refuse to receive it, but it's most definitely there to help. See, God don't force himself on you. That's why he give you free will. He don't reject you, you reject him because he's always there. He ain't never turning away from you. Your actions and your work and how you live your life turns you turn away from him. Okay? But free choice is there. All right. Now don't do it. Don't you do it. Okay? I know you love lifting people up with your mannish self. Don't you do it. We
But
over
yeah,
here having a light conversation, and here you come. You already know how I am with my about my God and my Savior. I'm 10 toes down.
but I just feel like, it's just too many. It's too many people that's ostracizing people, in the church. And I know you saw that story of that little girl that was pregnant and the church made her leave because she was
I did
having
a
a baby
story
out
on
of
that.
wedlock. Yeah,
I did.
and
I
so,
did a show on that. Yeah.
but they act like she the
So,
first one and she gonna be the last one. That's not how life is.
well,
Sometimes
and
we
here's
make
the thing.
mistakes.
And here's the thing. So, what people don't understand, which I said they should not have had a video. But then too, I totally believe this. It may not be true, but I totally believe that the pastor he probably forgot that the church was live streaming because I was just looking at his age and seeing how traditional he was. I could bet 100% that he probably said we should have turned the cameras off. But here's the deal: in that particular religion, that's what they believe in is silence. And I've been set down, I've been silenced, but not necessarily on that scale because my pastor, she didn't make us stand up before, but we did sit down for practicing ministering at during that time. When I was in sin, when I was fornicating and telling people, preaching that people telling them they shouldn't be sleeping with each other and having sex, but yet after service I was somewhere with my legs up. Yeah, you need to sit down and reevaluate and get yourself together before you come and tell somebody else something. So when my pastor said, I can't have you ministering and telling people that and you're behaving in that you so either you want to do this or you're not. I mean, we know what we sign up for. That's just like you sign up for a job and you say you don't want to do that job. Okay, now this is what you sign up for. Are you sure you want to do this? You know what I'm saying? So I said that to say this. Those individuals inside of that church that was there, they already knew what was going on. Even the young lady, she knew what was going on. Even though she was young, I feel like she should not have been in front of the church. But that is a tradition that they do. Now, everybody don't necessarily agree with it. You know what I'm saying? That's why certain things I feel should not be publicized because everybody that's standing outside of the church don't understand that but the people inside of the church. You know what I'm saying? It's like some things that Jehovah's Witnesses do, we will never understand, but they understand it. That's their practice. But they don't necessarily show up publicly. So the church got ostracized for that because it would look like they forcibly made the girl get up there and do that and blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But she knew what was happening. Did she want it to go like that? Maybe not. But what the killer thing about that was the man that caused her to be in that state was a musician and was there. So where was he? Why wasn't he standing there too? That's what
And that's the
baffled
problem I
me.
had with it. They act like she got pregnant by herself. And
He
they
was a
they didn't
saxophone
say,
player there.
I know, and they didn't say nothing to him, but they ostracized her. And it does look bad on the outside
I see
for
you, Lime.
people
I'm
that
not
don't
ignoring
really
you.
understand that. It looks like you're just ostracizing this young lady. But at the end of the day, I'm sure she's
Yeah.
not the first one, and she ain't gonna be the
No,
last one.
and I don't think, and the reason why it was the reason why they're saying that is because it was public, so it looked like that. But I promise you, I'm telling you, I promise you, that young lady just because she was raised in that church, she most definitely thought that she was doing the right thing by addressing it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this because when you are raised in a certain faith in a culture, you understand the bylaws and this and that. So for instance, I use myself. When I messed around with shacking up and then was screwing and messing around and got pregnant, I told my I messed around and got her pregnant. She said, "Okay, well, I can't have you operating in the ministry right now. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit down." I said, "I understand." I went to her. I didn't have to address the church, but I understood that I was in error because that is what I have chose to believe in. You understand? Now somebody stepping outside of that was like, what she sit you down for? Everybody comes short. Everybody doing that. It's because I knew what I signed up for. I knew the tenets of my religion. And in my religion, we don't believe in that. Now, was I doing that? Doing it? Yeah, I was doing it. So I needed to sit down. Because how can you accept me like that? You know what I'm saying? How can I tell you you going to hell for doing it and I'm doing the same thing? No, you need to sit
What
down and
should
get yourself together.
what should she have done in that situation?
There was nothing that she could have done. You know what I'm saying? She got pregnant. You know what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
chose, the mother chose, or she chose to address the church. Now she knew that that was their policy. That she knew that that's how they did silencing. It's called silencing. Timothy
Okay.
in the Bible, in the book of Timothy, it speaks about silencing. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's the practice that we use for for correction. You sit
Right.
down for a series of weeks, reevaluate yourselves, be in prayer, get reconciled back with the Lord, and then you go forth back into the ministry and whatever you were doing in the church. And so that's just what we use as a form of correction. However, everybody don't understand that. And so when you standing out, when the world is standing outside looking in, yeah, it looks like this man is ostracized. Now, I wasn't cool with his tone and his verbiage. I wasn't cool with how he did it. You understand what I'm saying? And so I had a problem with the way it was done because there is a correct method of doing it without humiliating a person, without making a person seem small. Now me when my now I'm gonna give you another instance when I was caught screwing. Okay, I done called the person saying, "Hey, yeah, I went and got some condoms." Blah 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 blah. Didn't know, back in that time they had the answering machine, so it recorded the whole conversation. It just about happened that pastor had got a hold of the recording. So I come in there and then she said, "Nah, minister." At the time I was a minister. When was the last time you was with so? So I said, "Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you, pastor. It was this morning," and we broke out and started laughing. And she said, "Now you know I got to sit you down. I can't have you praying for the people, you know." And I said, "Yeah, I know, Bishop." And I will walk right on out there and sit on that front row and set my tail down until I got it right. And I kept doing, I kept having to do it until I decided, if you're gonna be in this lifestyle, then be in it for real. If you're gonna be a real preacher or whatever, be it for real. And that's when the Lord gave me strength to resist the flesh. You understand what I'm saying? And to live
Mm-hmm.
according to the tenets of the Bible. Now, this may not be for everybody, but this is what I've signed up for. It's just like any and everything. If you sign up to be a vegan, I don't want to see you eating meat because you said you was a vegan. It's the same thing. And but the
Mm-hmm.
church we get backlash. You know what I'm saying? Because if we implement something or if we reaffirm something that we believe in, don't be doing that. You judging somebody, but this is what we believe in. So what are we supposed to do? Just not look at it? I'm gonna
Right.
say this, and don't y'all come for me. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna ask you a question, Lionel. I'm gonna say this, and don't y'all come for me. I got a problem with the Church of God of Christ, the denomination of the Church of God of Christ. I got a problem with y'all, even though I know it's worldwide. But I got a problem with the Church of God of Christ because we specifically speak against homosexuality. We don't hate the people, but we don't condone that lifestyle. But yet y'all let them operate. Y'all let them
Play that
preach over
organ.
people.
Play that
They're
organ.
the organ. They're the choir director. And now, 30 years later, you get all of these horrible stories of young boys being victimized and young men having to go to therapy and almost killing themselves because y'all looked the other way and you did not hold true to the tenets of the Bible and you didn't preach it and you didn't sit them down. You let them roll and you didn't let these bishops take these young men across state line and do whatever that they wanted to do to these little boys, talking about they were their advocates or their assistants. You knew what was going on and you didn't say nothing. And not only that, it was against your own tenets that you preach. And you did not hold true to that. I got a problem with that. I got a
But it
problem with it.
seems
Now
like
you got
all
to
of the
screw
churches do that though.
it's everywhere.
It ain't just the Church of God in Christ. They allow them to play. It's like it's in the music field for whatever church it is. You go to the choir or the music section, and it seemed like that's where they land. And And I think it's because they can play so well. They're so good at what at the art, to they just kind of bypass it and overlook it.
So Lionel said, so God just watched her get pregnant. Yeah, God watched Adam to eat and Eve eat the apple. Cause guess what? God is not an imposing individual. He let you have your privacy, honey. He let you have your free choice. He let you do what you want to do. See, Lana, you've said this type of phrasing before. I don't know what your viewpoint of God is, that he's supposed to just come down and make everything right and fix everything and fix everybody's life and fix everything and do it because he's God. He can, but you know what? He's so loving that he said, I'm not gonna be overbearing. I'm not gonna pressure you. I'm not gonna pressure you to like me and love me. I'm gonna give you your free will and I'm gonna allow you to choose me. If you choose me, I'm here for you. And even if you don't, I'ma still make a way for you. I'm still gonna. He said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you, even to the end of the world. But you got to choose me too, to have a covenant and a relationship with me. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, he did. He did. Unfortunately, yeah, he did. But people think that God just supposed to come down and boom, 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 boom. Why is this happening? Why he let God ain't let nothing happen? Ain't let nothing happen. Now something, yeah, God is God. He can do what he want to do. But at the end of the day, we as human beings have free will. He's given us. That's a gift. He's not gonna pressure you to serve him. He ain't gonna pressure you to live according to his word. He's not gonna pressure you to love him. He's not gonna pressure you to abstain. He wants you to choose him. Just like I chose to lay on my back and lift my legs up. Hey, the Bible says the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. You got a choice. Now, there's some benefits to come when you choosing God. There's some benefits and some promises that come when you choose God. And some consequences when you don't. I mean, that's life. Life is going to happen regardless of if you understand it or not. We will never understand the totality and the facets of God. We will never understand it. We won't understand why people over in Africa is starving and hungry and we over here obese. We will never understand that. But the word of God said that he cursed the land over there. If you go back in Genesis, he cursed the land because they had begun to serve other gods. He cursed it. And that's why Africa is the way that it is, even though they sitting on oil and diamonds and gold, but they still in poverty. That don't even make sense, does it? You sitting on the purest things, the precious gems of the world, but you still hungry. Because God ordained it to be that way. Now, when you stand before him, Lionel, you can sit there and ask him all of these things. Because I can't tell you the answer. Other than it is because it is God's decision. You said this is why I don't trust people in general. I think most people are actually evil because of your narrative, just not. Well, everybody ain't evil, Michael. That's just the skew in the lens that you're seeing them in. But you're entitled to your opinion. But everybody ain't evil. And there are some people out here that are trustworthy. You know, when you come into walk into a thing being suspicious, then that's the energy that you're gonna get back because you reap what you sow. You put that out there, you're gonna get that back. And I'm so sorry that life has let you down like that, and something in life has caused you to think that way. But everybody is not evil. Okay?
Exactly. It's
You
only a
said
few
that's
people. It's only a set amount of people, but those may be the people that he's encountering. You know, because
oh, it most definitely is. Lionel, Lionel, this is what he want. He didn't open his door, so he already know. Lionel
yeah.
already know what's about to happen to him. He already know. Trust me, he
But
know.
sometimes when the employment that you choose, it give you a skewed point of view of life, and you feel like everybody is like that, and it's not true. I just don't believe everybody is evil. And yes, there are evil people. There are mean people in the world, and there are good and bad people. It's people are people, and you can't control that. But all you can do is control you and try to treat people the best that you can, and that's all that's required of you.
Okay, so Lana said that's why I have a problem with God. He watched my 11-year-old mom get excited and assaulted. I'm sorry, and pregnant and thrown into the rain like trash. Dude said whatever. No, first of all, he ain't dude, and two, most definitely, I most definitely am apologetic that has happened to you. Nobody should have to experience that. Okay,
Yeah. Sorry that that
Nobody.
happened.
Yeah, it's sorry that, but Lionel, and I can understand that you're saying this almighty powerful God who got the power to cause the sun to rise and set did not save my mom, and that's where all of this is coming from, Lionel. You're trying to figure out why this happened to my mom and why didn't you stop this? You know, I have most definitely been in the same situation as your mom. I was assaulted and molested by a man and a woman multiple times. You understand what I'm saying? But in no way in form am I angry at God, because that individual that did that assault, you understand that individual did not serve God. Why did he do that? We don't know why he didn't do that, Lionel. We don't know why that happened. You know what I'm saying? But we do know that God's grace is sufficient and that he will give your mom and you the strength to push through that and understand that and become good individuals in society, productive members of society. Now, my life could be, I could be somewhere destroyed. I could allow that to destroy me. I could have been toxic. I could have been a mess. I could have been an alcoholic. I could have been struck out on drugs. I could have chose not to live my life, but I choose to live life, and I'm not blaming God. Now, I understand you're not prepared to just let God off the hook. I understand that, but that's something that you're going to have to hash out with him. But when I tell you, since you done opened this door, that God got something for you, and I already done told you, God's gonna deal with you. He's gonna reveal Himself to you, and He's gonna take all of that trauma and that pain out of you, and you're gonna become something different than what you are now. And I know you don't believe in it. You think I'm just talking on my head, but there's a reason why we have crossed paths, Lionel. And we're gonna laugh about this. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be something. God got something great in store for you, and all, and this is gonna be dissolved for you, and God's gonna give you peace with this. He's gonna give you deliverance with this, because this has tortured you and has wrecked you and has shaped who you are today, and has shaped your relationship with God today. This, and I understand it, and we don't discredit it at all. Why did this happen? Why did that woman touch me like this? Why did that man take my innocence? And I know, and I was too promiscuous at a young age. Why did my mother have mental illness? Why did this happen to me? Why did I grow up in poverty? Why did this happen? Because lives. And guess what, Lionel? It's somebody out there with a way worse story than ours. But guess what? You're still here. You're still here. And one day God may give you the answer. He may give it to you tonight. I don't know. But just trust and believe that God loves you and you still here. You don't blame him. You said that's why, but you said you got a problem with him. You said I got a problem with God. He watched my 11-year-old mom get assaulted and pregnant and thrown in the rain like a trash.
It
You said,
sounds like he had more questions about why he allowed that to happen versus blaming. So
mm-hmm.
I think it sounds like he's just more really trying to understand,
He's trying to understand, but
because
that thing has affected
everybody's
him.
saying that he's such a great God and he's such a good God,
Mm-hmm. So
but
why did that happen?
why did this have to happen to my family?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times we question God. We're not supposed to, but I even question God
But you know what? I don't
when
know
my
where that
mom
came
passed away.
from. I don't know where that came from where you're not supposed to be questioning, because I think God wants a healthy dialogue with you.
Yeah, because
I
I
think God
definitely
wants a
question
healthy
it.
dialogue with us. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
well,
saying?
that's just something like you said, like I said earlier, a lot of these laws are man-made laws, but I questioned God when my mom died early because I was upset and I was like, well, I'm only
Mm-hmm.
35. How can you just take my everything away from me? So I
Mm-hmm.
totally understand where he's coming from on some of these fronts.
Now, Lionel, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but you understand that I'm not gonna be playing this. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna cut straight through it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that I'm putting words in your mouth, but I don't know, and it's just you right now. It's only you that affect me like this, Lionel, and I don't know why. because my heart goes out to you. You understand what I'm saying? And whatever the Lord has for me to say out to you, I'm gonna say it until you stop coming on this channel. I want you to keep coming, but until you get sick of me. You understand what I'm saying? But God got something great for you. And yes, this is very traumatic. You may not admit to it, you may not say it, and I ain't trying to get in your personal business, but since you brung it up, this thing has affected you. But God is gonna bring healing. I do understand you, though. You're okay. Great. Thank you.
And I think he's going to not also bring him healing. I think he's going to give him understanding also of
Yes.
why he allowed things. Because sometimes he do that for us.
Mhm.
A lot of things we don't understand, and sometimes he'll he revealed to us why he do what he do. But I'm gonna drop down because it seemed like I know you got to cook your chicken, and it seemed like you and Lionel need to have this conversation.
We always do. I try to ignore, but you keep on pressing. So
Well,
let's,
that's good. Let him.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he need this is good for this is he's seeking the answer. He may not know he's seeking for it, but he's looking for an answer.
So you said, Lionel, the whole thing. Thank you so much for joining the panel. Thank you so much. I said what I
And thank
said.
you for allowing me to come up here, Queen. You have a nice night.
You too. Lionel, you said the whole thing. I'm still the whole thing about it. I'm still here. Does nothing for me because of my exception. I already feel like I shouldn't be here, so that doesn't work for me. I wasn't trying to make it work for you. I'm just saying. I'm just stating a fact. You still here now? Would you prefer not to be here? I'm just stating a fact. You still here and able to put your slick comments in here, and we able to have this dialogue. So God is good. That's enough to be happy about. You survived COVID. You're still here. That's my point. All right. I'm not trying to gaslight you. I'm not trying to throw no spiritual cliches at you to make you feel some kind of way. It's a fact. You're still here, and others are not. They have went through similar things with you that you have went through. So there's a reason. And sometimes you may not get the answer when you want it, but I guarantee you, God's not going to just leave you out here searching. He is the answer. The more and more you search him or understand or get closer to him, the more and more he will reveal. Now, guess what? You don't have to, because that's your choice. But it's up to you. God brings peace. You may find peace in other avenues. I'm not here to press you on it. You understand what I'm saying, Lionel? But that's most definitely a reason. And my prayers that God brings that closure so that you can be okay. And I'm not saying that you ain't okay, but I'm just saying so that you can be okay. You said, I do understand you. You're okay. I know you understand me, baby. I know you do. I know you ain't I know I'm not. That's why I know I can have the freedom to talk to you like this, because I know I'm not triggering you. But my thing is, you are now my project. You are now my project. And every time you come up here with that, I'm coming. You already know. I said what I said. Don't put the eyes in there. She said, this is too much for me. See, I said what I said. He already know this was going to happen. You understand? Lot know exactly what he doing. He know exactly what he doing. Everybody, but that's a good question. Everybody want to know, where was God? Where was God when they had the earthquakes? There are certain things that are mentioned in the Bible that are coming to fruition now and have to come, because God's word cannot go back void. Because he spoke it, it happens. During this time, the Lord speaks of there's going to be earthquakes. Okay, so there's earthquakes. He talked about wars and rumors of wars. There are now wars and rumors of wars. Things are happening because he spoke it. Now, I'm not saying your situation God spoke, but I'm just saying some things happen because God spoke it, and it has to come to pass. Some things happen we will never know the answer to. Some things happen to us, God will reveal to us, oh, this is why this has happened. But guess what? I'm gonna bring it through. I'll give you one example, because I've talked to plenty of spiritual leaders and they only push me away. I ain't pushing you away. I'm saying, come on in, honey. You got the right one. Come on in. Not project. Yes, project. Their answers are both trash. It doesn't mean nothing to me. That's because you want to allow it to mean anything to you, Lionel. You have a tendency to discredit anything that you don't agree with. You discredit it. Sometimes I could be wrong, and I said, you know what, you're right. You discredit it because the hurt in your life won't allow you to accept it. You're discrediting that God is a healer, or that God can remove that from you. You are not even acknowledging that is there. But it is obvious by some of the verbiage that you use that something is bothering you from that. And like you said, you got a problem with them. So anytime somebody go to talking about healing and go to talking about what God can do, you got a problem with it because you got a problem with him, because you got a problem with that situation. But I promise you today, Lionel, God's going to bring a resolve. You may not want him to, but he is. Hey, Urban, I said nothing but love your way because you deserve it. Well, guess what? You know, Rhino, you say that, but I ain't never seen you say you was wrong. And I know for several times you've been wrong. And you ain't said it. No. Hey. When y'all going to admit that women are more egotistic than men, you know, you love bringing that energy in here, don't you, Urban? And I miss you, and I know you miss me too. That's why you come up in here. Yeah, salute to you. You said no, because I haven't been wrong. Of course you haven't been wrong. Because you don't think you ever wrong. But we in humanity, we don't get it right all the time. We don't, baby, Lionel. I'm sorry, but we don't. I know I said what I said. He comes in here dropping bombs and stuff. That's what he do. Urban. I wish you could just go on back real quick and then come back. Go back to the beginning of the live when I showed that video and then come on back. That's one woman that was wrong. That one, just go back real quick and then come back. No, I've been wrong before on quite few things, and I've learned from it. Well, you finna learn from something really good. You about to learn a good big old lesson in a minute. You understand? You understand? Because God got something for you because you done crossed the right path, Lionel. You done crossed the right path. Because if I can get through it and if I can do it, then you can too. You understand? If I can survive it, then you can too. You said not from God. You showing out tonight, ain't you? You showing out. You showing out and God got something for you. I promise you. She admitted that Lionel is a project to her. That's pretty egotistic to me. He is. And you know what? I will live in that moment, Urban. I'm not ashamed. I will live in that moment. Dude knows I roll my eyes at him. You better cut it out. You better cut it out. For he rolls something your way. He gonna roll. You know what he getting ready to roll your way, Lionel? Some joy, some peace, some sleep, some healing, some good old love, some molding and pruning. That's what he about to do. Don't laugh at me, Alice. As though Lionel is a problem and it's her job to work on him so he can be the way she wants him. No, that ain't what I want, Urban. What is you talking about? I don't want him to be the way that I want him to be. I don't want him to be like me. I got issues of my own. Quit stirring the pot, Urban. Peace, that's what we need. Yeah. Queen has spoken. Tell him I said what I said. Urban is the only one preaching. Of course you think that. Of course you would think that because y'all work together like a pack of hyenas. Y'all come in like a pack of hyenas, but guess what, baby? I stand 10 toes afar, baby. I am unmovable. I ain't studying you, Lionel, and I ain't studying Urban. Oh, you gonna say like Lionel said no, like wolves. Snaggertooth wolves. That's what I snaggertooth wolves, because y'all ain't got no teeth. Is she a prophetess? No, I'm not a prophetess, Gerald. I'm not a prophetess. I am a minister. I will tell you this, Gerald. So there was a couple of lives back, and I'm not a prophetess, but sometimes the Lord moves on me like this. The Lord ministered to me something about Lionel, and so every time he comes in here and trigger me, I dives right into him on purpose. But it's all in good love and fun. It ain't nothing deep. He knows that. Again, it's not just one event, it's an accumulation of events that have made me shut him out. Okay, and it's about to be another couple of events that's gonna make you open him back in. Okay? I'm just telling you, Urban. Urban, not Urban, Lionel. Just get ready for it. Okay? Keep on talking. Listen, this is a you and God thing. It ain't me. Take me out the equation, okay? I'm just a messenger. Gerald said, Lionel. And you ain't got listen, baby, don't believe me. I don't want you. Listen, baby. This ain't about no proving nothing. Okay? This ain't nothing about no proving nothing. I don't got nothing to gain or lose. I'm not no prophet. I ain't out here trying to prophesy to nobody. I ain't telling nobody this and that. None of that. I don't move like that. I'm not what you call those people. Those television prop preachers. That's not me, baby. And you should know by now. Okay? But God got something wonderful in store for you, all right? Forget it for now on y'all projects to me. Oh, Urban, I gave up on you on a day one. I gave up on you on day one. No. I gave up on you on day one. It's not about believing you, it's a lack of faith. Oh, well, see, that's the first step. Y'all come on and give Linus a hand. I know you ain't mean to say that. And that's the truth. Lionel, that's the truth. A lack of faith. Because why would you believe in a God that allowed that to happen? That's where you're coming from. The first step is acknowledgement. The first step is acknowledgement. You're doing good. You're on trajectory. Keep it going, okay? Yeah, Alice. Yeah, Urban. I gave up on Urban on the first time. Don't I'm clapping. No way. Look, and so is Alice. Everybody clap for Lionel, please. Oh yeah, and I'm mad at you too, Lionel. I just remembered. I take everything nice I said back. I'm mad at you because you said something. You used profanity on somebody live, and you said all of them people that was on SBK panel was full of BS, and I was up there, and I took it personally, and I know you didn't mean to use no profanity when you was referring to me, so I'm gonna give you a chance to apologize. I'll wait. Don't put no question mark in here, Lionel. You said yeah. This one right here, y'all. Yeah. It hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings. I said, did he just say that? I was flabbergasted. You said, Alice, everyone since Queen said Lionel is a project, so I might as well join the team. Don't listen. Urban, listen. If the Lord say minister anything to me about you, you're gonna be the first one to know it. Because I'm gonna put it up on my community wall and tag you in it. I'm not a prophet, guys. I promise y'all I'm not. But when the Spirit of the Lord moves on me and I feel so pressed and profound to say something, I'm going to do it. And it's no offense to nobody. And you, if you notice, if you go back, I said, I hope I have permission to say this, but it was so prevalent on me. And I was talking about something totally different. And the Lord began to minister. I cannot help that. Okay. And I am not no fake false prophet out here just trying to get clout or just want people to believe I'm so spiritual. Daddy, I'm an everyday chick. Y'all see I am. But when the Lord moves on me, you can see the transformation. I'm not weird, quirky, or fanatical or anything like that. I'm an educated woman, but I acknowledge the presence of God when it moves on me. So trust and believe. If the Lord say something, He can use anything. If He used a donkey, He can use anybody He want to. I was in the right place at the right time, and He used me. That's all that was. If He say something about you, I'm gonna be the first one. You gonna know it. All right. You said I forgot what. Say it again, Urban. You said I don't know what Urban. I don't know why I keep calling your name, but Lionel, you take it down, take it down. I tell you, Lionel. No, I'm not gonna tell you what we were saying. I'm not gonna tell you what we were saying. You go back and watch it. What about the love you've been talking about? I love Lionel. If I don't listen, Gerald, if I don't talk to Lionel like this, he will think that I don't love him. I have to talk to him like this. Okay, you say here's the big question. Okay, was that the big question? I don't know what show it was. It was SBK. No, okay, you were talking about SBK show because we had let the women he had let the women up and we were talking about is it more aesthetics for the women for men or is it like emotional? Do we love men for their looks or for their the character and all that stuff that we were talking about? And then you were on Von's morning show after that saying something, but the only part I heard was when you was talking about some all the women on there was full of BS. I was like, I know he couldn't have been saying that to me because I was invited to come on on the panel. I was trying to support. I forgot the name of the show. Y'all must have said something. No, we did not. No, we did not. Yeah. What about love? Y'all been talking about. So I explain that a little bit. Explain that, Gerald. When you said, "What about love?" What are you saying, Gerald? What are you saying, Gerald? When you say, "What about love?" What about the love y'all been talking? It's there. God's love is there. God's love is there. It's just like being in a relationship, Gerald. You know what I'm saying? You get out of it what you put in, and when it's a wonderful thing when you choose each other, right? With your mate or what when you're in love, y'all choose each other. It's a wonderful thing. But when you come out of covenant with that person, it hurts. God wants you to choose him. You know what I'm saying? He wants you to choose him. He wants you to love on him. He wants to be in a spiritual relationship with you. He wants to be your God. But when you walk away from him or you say, that ain't my thing, hey, that's your thing. That's what you can do. But then you can't still say, well, God, why you don't love me? God never stops loving you. But the reason why you may not feel that intimacy and that closeness or that spiritual hovering that God is because maybe you're not you. But I'm just trying to answer a question. Maybe that individual is not in a close fellowship with God and doesn't feel that closeness that a relationship brings. Does that make sense? The whole thing is if I ain't see that love from God, why keep that door open? I'm trying to figure out what's going on, Lionel, because you're saying you're not seeing that love for God, but yet He wakes you up every morning. He just gave you the ability to type that text. He's loving you all the time. You're refusing to love him because you don't want to. So you want God to love you, but you still don't want to love him. It's a two-way street. But God said, He said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. God loves you. He loves you, Lionel. But again, you don't feel that closeness of God because you are separating yourself from Him. I go back to the same thing with a man. Y'all could be married and together, but be separate in the same household because y'all not loving on each other. It's reciprocal. You can't blame God for something that you don't feel. You won't get in His presence. You won't get in the midst. How can you feel the love of God when you won't get close to Him? It's like a man and a woman. How can you can't feel your husband's touch because you ain't in his vicinity? You way off in left field talking about you got a problem with him, but yet you don't feel the love of God. I want you to make that make sense. You ain't blaming him, but you tell you said you got a problem with him and you don't feel his love. You far away. Again, God gives you free will to do whatever it is you want to do. That ain't love. Lionel, let me go back up. So I think I'm missing things. What is love? What's love? What is your version of love? What do you think love is? You want that spoiled kind of love. I can do what I want to do and still reap the benefits type of situation. God, you don't understand why things have happened in your life, and so now you got a problem. I understand it. It's natural. I understand it, Lionel. But I need you to get in a position so that you can understand. Maybe not even understand, but get some resolution to it. God gave Lionel the awesome gift of art and storytelling. Yes, I know he's an author. You're absolutely right. He said, "Hold up." He put his hand. He said, "Hold up. I was in church for 18 years, fully emotional, and realized that it was BS. So I shut the door." Okay, that's your choice. That's your choice, Lionel. But God's getting ready to open it back up. Hello and goodbye. Okay. Nah, deal with that. Because guess what? He loves you so much. Even though you shut the door on him, he's standing there and getting ready to open it up again. Okay? See, you want to understand God the way that you want to understand God. And God is just saying, accept me for who I am. It's like you want you want him to accept you the way that you are. I'm not even saying that's what you want, but I'm just saying, you know how people want people to accept them the way they are. You gotta accept God the way that He is. That you're not gonna understand everything about Him. That you're not gonna understand how He moves. But can you still love me just like I love you? I don't understand why you shutting this door on me. I know that you hurt, but can you get close to me so I can fix it? And I'm gonna still love you. But you saying no, I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna. I got a problem with you because I don't understand you. So I'm gonna shut the door. But is he doing that to you? No, he's still waking your big head up every day. Lionel, he needs to stop lying on us. They said you need to stop lying on us. Sweet Rita and Alice, you to really come up at me and have me in a corner crying. Now they trying to be act sweet. Oh, so y'all bully. So now y'all bullying him. Lionel, somebody bullying you now, right, Lionel? I don't doubt you were crying in the corner. Oh. I definitely don't want to be spoiled by God. Now leave me alone and go help other people. No, I'm never leaving you alone, Lionel. I'm gonna because guess what? I love you. I'm never gonna leave you alone, Lionel. Never, ever, 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 ever. Somebody put Lionel in a corner. Now I would like to see that. You say he definitely turned his head on a lot of things. We are not about to play. You think that's what happened, Lionel? You said there ain't nobody bullying you. Stop it. Ain't nobody bullying you, boy. You said even with Lionel trolling God, no, now he will have a story to tell later. Oh. Mhm. I mean, he can't leave me alone. You're good. Wait, let me see. Wait. I mean, he can leave me alone. You're good. Oh, okay. All right. Well, guys, look, I think this is the longest I've ever been on a live. This is 3 hours. This is a good conversation. I am about to go turn it in, and I might try to show up tomorrow. Now, I will prepare you guys. I'm not going to be on YouTube probably the next week. I don't know if I'm going to be on there. Maybe a car ride home type of situation. Because I got. Wait a minute. I got to think about something. Okay, I turned my homework in. I was about to panic because I thought I didn't turn my homework in. I gotta have it in by 11. So I think I did. Okay. Um, because I got some things to do this week, so I'm not going to be able to be on here a lot socially. Because guess what? We have lives. We don't be out here like this. So I think this is the longest I've been on here, but most definitely gonna be trying to post some shorts and post some pics, and maybe come into some of you guys' lives to support. I hope that this show has been a good conversation. And if you don't understand, now we are. I always end up somewhere different than where I start off on my lives, and I know that irritates Urban because he's like, okay, how did we get here? That's just how it is over here. Okay. So go back to the beginning so you can see what we initially were talking about and watch that crazy lady in that crazy video. You said these women in the chat playing you. You don't see them in the lounge. They are me. I be in the lounge. I be in the lounge, but I don't go in there because you know what? I mean, I be in there, but I don't be commenting sometimes because I have irritated Urban so bad that he has now started ignoring my comments. So I just watch from afar, and sometimes I'll share, I like to support. So I be in there, and I don't think, and they don't be bullying you. You said don't worry about irritating Urban. Okay. They ignore the women. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. They do, sweet Rita. They do. Queen, I've been watching you since you started the Really? Oh, Urban always got a good one for me. He always got a good comeback. Oh, help me God. Y'all capping now. No, it's the truth. It's the truth. It is the truth. If everybody on the same page with y'all talking about, y'all ignore us. They do. Urban, Urban be letting Lionel dog out. Yeah, letting us out. Yeah. He crazy, ain't he? Oh man. Mm-mm-mm. Every time I get irritated with Urban, I always go back and watch that video of him being the perfect dad and being so soft and gentle at the competition with his beautiful family. It just reminds me that what he's doing is it's a facade. It's not the real Urban. I've seen the real Urban, and it's a beautiful thing to see. Okay. Uh, you said I never spoke negative about a female in the lounge. Urban, please. Okay? Please. Please. Hey, y'all all projects, so I got to get, ain't nobody whatever. He said Lionel be at the lounge. Oh my God. He said you be getting drunk off of Urban's Kool-Aid. Yeah, I did. Surprisingly, it was on a Saturday morning, early. I was there. Irvin know what I was talking about. He might erase the video he might erase the evidence. He was so soft and gentle and proud. You should have seen the way he was showing that dance competition. He talked about all the nuances of it, all the other all the other cheer dancers there too. He was a proud, when I tell you, oh, he was so soft and gentle. Yeah, Lionel was there too. He was in the chat too. Now that I think about it, he said, Lionel, remember when I said women wants us to be a certain way and not accept reality? The reality is, y'all, that Urban is a soft, gentle man that probably be sitting in his smoker's jacket crocheting. Okay, that's what. You said urban anxiety. They stay trying to turn me into a beta male. Y'all really good with those labels and those terminologies. It don't matter what kind of beta, alpha, whatever y'all be saying. At the end of the day, y'all need us. Okay, like y'all need air. Tell it. That's right, sweetie. It's all of this is really funny. It really is. It really is because we know the truth about men. We already know y'all soft spots. We know if we want to deal with y'all to get y'all to behave a certain way, we already know how to do it. Trust and believe. We just give y'all the dignity and the respect to act like we don't know how, but we know how. Right. Urban can do no wrong when it comes to line. Oh my goodness, what kind of male are you, Lionel? Don't get him that, don't trigger him, sweet Rita. Sweet Rita, I'm an ID. Shut up, Lionel. I'm an ideal. Oh my goodness. You are, boy, you something else is what you are. You something else. Queen, so what happened to accept me as I am? I do accept you as you are, but I accept all the soft, gooey spots too. That's right. I want to know, what is an ideal? What's your ideal? Who do you think you are, Lionel? Have you conceptualized yourself, Lionel? What do you think you are, Lionel? In your spatial awareness in your mind, Lionel, what do you think you are? Who do you think you are? What do you identify as? We would all like to know, and this will settle all of this. You understand? We really want to know. I want to get in your psyche tonight, Lionel. What do you conceptualize yourself as? No, that's actually a whole comment. Oh, I know. Trust. Oh, we know. We know. We wasn't really actually asking. Yes, seriously. This has been good, guys. Y'all had me. Y'all got me laughing. I'm gonna sleep well tonight. I really am. Oh my goodness. All right, this is late. For real, for real. Okay, I love y'all. Lionel, you said that's why men stopped going to church. That building full of betas. Lord have mercy. You know, we are the church, Lionel. We are the church. You know that, right? Okay. This us. This we a temple of God. Okay. All right, guys. I love you guys. I want you all to have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your families. And I know, why do I keep calling you Urban? Y'all got the same spirit or something. Do you believe in a higher power? Like, not sweet Rita. I'm about to end this live now. If you want to ask him that, y'all gonna start a live over there because that we ain't got time for that, Rita. We ain't got time for that. Yeah, I don't know why I keep doing that. Or see if I do it again, Lionel. I don't know why. Okay, I'm out for real, for real. I love you guys. Be blessed. Don't forget to do something for somebody else because you reap what you sow. And also, guys, share it out. Support the show. Uh, if you guys want to support, y'all can share. You can support by like, sharing, and look, comment. I'm tired. I only got tired. Or y'all can cash app $ CLAYLING support. When you do that, it keeps me connected to you guys. Now, why would y'all keep on going? Now, I feel like I gotta punch this in. Now, listen. First of all, I know I'm tired because these are old comments. I done got tired. That's what it is. I done got tired. You said what you say? She's confused, so we got to let her have that. Yeah, I am confused. Y'all got me confused. Y'all so much alike that y'all confused me. Have a great night. I said what I said. Thank you for your input. I appreciate that. Another wonderful queen. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, for real, this time, this is the last dough on this sermon. No, I'm getting ready to go. This is your Queen Clayleen saying be great. Bye bye.